Hey guys, this is Donovan. I just wanted to hop in here at the beginning real quick and just apologize. Brett's audio is going to sound like shit for most of this podcast. I tried to fix it in editing. That's part of the reason that it took so long to get this episode out. Not the entire reason, but part of it. And I tried to fix it as best I could, but I'll just be honest with you, he's a piece of shit. This is what the fuck happens when you decide to be a lazy sack of fucking garbage and record the podcast with an Xbox headset instead of your fucking $100 microphone that you bought specifically to fucking record better audio than with your fucking Xbox headset. He literally tried to record it with an Xbox headset. That's what I'm fucking getting at. So, once again, sorry about that, but it's Brett's fault. Fuck him, not me. Alright, peace. Hey guys, this is Donovan and Brett. We are here with the 5th episode of Please Stop Talking, and Brett and I don't have a lot of time to do this one, so we're just going to get right into it. We're going to start off with news. Do you want to introduce the...
Hey guys, I'm Brett.
Go fuck yourself. Do you want to introduce the first article, or do you want me to do it?
You know, I think I like to introduce this one. I am a proud owner of my iPhone 6. And I don't know if anyone's known the iPhone 7 release while we were on hiatus.
Hiatus.
So
let's call it hiatus. Yeah, it was planned. You guys, it was planned. It was totally planned, you guys.
Shh, you're breaking the immersion.
It was totally planned.
So the hiatus we were on vacation. We had to spend time with our family.
Yeah, we just need a little break. It's a pretty stressful process creating this every 6 months for you guys.
So we decided to go out and just, the iPhone 7 came out. I'm just rambling now. The iPhone 7 came out, as pretty much everyone knows, and it released. It's waterproof, apparently, or water resistant. I don't know if it's proof. Someone, can you throw yours in the toilet or something? Like, tell me in the comments below, because proof and resistant are two different words.
The thing about that, let me just real quickly interject. It's waterproof, but wouldn't you still just have to get a case for it because it's fucking like a piece of glass? Like, it's what the fuck is the
it's
point?
Essentially glass. No, let me tell you something before we go on to this topic. My mom has a Galaxy S. Okay, because Verizon, we have Sprint, and then the Galaxy S Verizon version is a different name. I think it's the Sport and the Active, but it's the same phone, just a different name because of carrier. Mm-hmm. She has essentially, it's the Sport, and it's waterproof. Like your iPhone, where your or your iPod, where that little plug is. It has a little thing on there that when you push it in, it makes an airtight seal. So it is waterproof. My mom managed to get it water damaged once. Because, you know why? Because she's on her phone while in the bathtub.
Wow.
And, has it charging.
Why would you need to be on your phone in the bathtub?
Because you can ask my girlfriend. She's literally got in the bath for 2 hours, got out for 45 minutes to do some business call, and got back in for 2 hours. She'll ask. I was at the restaurant one time, she calls, make sure you go poop before you come home. I'm going to be home and I'm gonna be in the bathtub. I'll be like, Mom, I'm not gonna be home for 45 to an hour. She's like, make sure you don't leave without using the restroom.
Holy shit.
I'm like, okay.
That's
dude. Can I
ask a question? Is your mom short? Is she a short person?
5 foot, yeah. Short. 5 foot, 1 or 2. Yeah.
So then she can use the bath. I can't use the bath because I'm too tall. My legs.
Yeah, and your feet just right up the wall.
It's fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah, no. And she does stuff like that, and then she gets mad because I'll get home from work and be like, Mom, I really like to take a dump, and she's like, well, not from work because I pooped on the clock because
Yeah.
But if I got home from football, I'll be like, yeah. But if I got home from football, I'll be like, Mom, I have to poop. She goes, give me 20 minutes.
And then 3 hours later, you're like, I still need to poop, Mom. Pretty please.
Yeah. No. Well, she's like, because then I would go eat dinner and stuff because I'm waiting. And she goes, well, why did you eat dinner if you have to poop so bad? I guess you really don't have to poop that bad. I go,
why did you eat dinner if you have to poop? What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Why did you eat food?
I don't know if you notice her logic is flawed.
If you have to poop? That doesn't... What? You can't be experiencing two needs at the same time, Brett. It is physically impossible. All right? Go fuck yourself.
No, so... So back to this whole thing of bathtubs and the iPhone 7 release. It's waterproof. It doesn't have a headphone jack, as pretty much everyone knows, and you have to get a dongle, I guess, to plug into the...
Just to clarify, though, it doesn't have a headphone jack, and that's not because they wanted it to be waterproof. It doesn't have a headphone jack because they wanted to make it slightly thinner. That's the reason that it doesn't have a headphone jack.
Which... I don't know if anyone's noticed, no matter the thinner the phones get, the fatter the cases have gotten to get. Like, your old Nokia was fat. Like, it's essentially
the
across
are
years.
Fucking
the
huge
phone
now. It's like a laptop in your fucking pocket.
Dude, remember the Nokia? It had 0 case on it, but it was still thick, and it was like, we gotta make it smaller. And they made it smaller, and guess what we all did? Put a fucking case on it to make it the same size as the fucking
Especially because as they get thinner, they get more expensive. So it's like, oh, I definitely need to protect this even more now.
Oh well, it's like the Galaxy Note or not, I don't know if Galaxy makes the Note and the Galaxy S7 or whatever are both experiencing explosion problems because of overheating because they're too small. So 2 phones, but no, so
they're too small, right? It's just they had shitty batteries.
I thought it was because they can't disperse the heat enough. So and that would be an after effect of being too small.
I thought it was that they had a bad battery, but I don't know. You
I thought it was the battery couldn't handle the heat.
I don't know.
So I don't know. Yeah. So that was kind of cool to hear and see, I guess. But so essentially now they have it. They don't have this thing. So to use your headphones, you have to have a dongle to plug in, or you can buy the $150 earbuds that don't even have a wire. They're not even like the wired earbuds.
They don't even
that go around your neck.
To each other.
They look like someone took your earbuds and No, they look like two like fucking like I don't know, like chocolate chip, like huge chocolate chips that you shove in your ears.
They look
because like it looks like someone took your headphones and just
they look
fucking cut them
They
off.
look like somebody took headphones and just cut the bud part off, and then that's what you're supposed to use.
And when I first saw those, I thought those would be the one that came with the phone. I'd be like, yeah, those are cool. And then I saw a post on Reddit that was like, I lost these just by looking at them.
Yeah, right. People, I'm sure that people have spent probably a couple $100 at this point just trying to buy new headphones. It's ridiculous that they don't have a cord. Why wouldn't you have a cord that just goes into the fucking little port right there? It doesn't fucking make any sense. Especially cause fucking Bluetooth headphones don't sound as good as ones that are wired into the phone. Like, you can't get the same spectrum of frequencies to go over Bluetooth as you can to go through the fucking wire. It's just shitty.
Well, and like for me, I wanted a pair of Bluetooth headphones for work because I worked a lot with my, having to lift bags of mulch. And I was looking into them, and I needed headphones that could last me 8+ hours. The headphones that I saw were lasting 4 on a charge. And I'm like, I can't have that. I have to have 8-hour headphones. And I had to settle for a cord. I mean, really, I'm kind of glad that I did because I'm tired of having to charge things in my life.
It's not even settling. Like you say, I had to settle for a cord. It's just, I had to get the better version of this fucking thing. This has just been a thing with me for pretty much ever. I just hate wireless shit. I hate having to put batteries in shit. I hate having to charge shit. I hate all of that fucking shit. And especially with, maybe I could see wireless headphones, specifically for working out or something. But no. You know what I mean? I don't need that shit. I don't need that at all.
Oh, multiple times when I was at the gym, I would hit my cord and throw my phone off the treadmill, so that would have been nice, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the only thing that I can think of is just for, working out.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, but besides that, I just can't do it. I'm really into, I want to talk about charging real quick, and this is a topic we don't even have covered. And we can go back to this because it's going to lead right back to it. Apple's really fucking up with their technology because they're new.
USB.
They have USB-C. So to charge your phone on your MacBook Pro, you have to buy an adapter.
A dongle.
That goes from USB-C.
By the way, I love the word dongle because it's the funniest word that's used in an official capacity all the time. Dongle is a ridiculously funny word, but people use it whenever you talk about a little tiny piece of technology that you need, just a tiny little thing. It's a dongle. That's what it is.
Because it could just be, because they have a word for that. It's called a converter.
Yeah.
We decided to adapt this other word.
Dongle. Gotta get a dongle. Get a little dongle to plug into your thing.
I mean, it was last night when I kept using vicariously. I used vicariously twice in a real world situation.
Yeah, well, I mean,
instead of just knowing the word.
It was the same use of the word. It wasn't you used, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, yeah. Vicariously is a good word.
Yeah, but no, So
I don't understand. I don't think I've ever even seen a USB 3 port, right? Is it C? USB-C port. I don't think I've ever
3.0.
I don't think I've even
I don't know what
seen one.
I don't know what a C looks like. A 3.0, it looks like a 3.0 if anyone doesn't know, it looks like your normal USB port, but it's blue instead of black, I guess. That's all that's really the difference.
So Basically, just my way of saying that I'm like super duper outdated with technology, like crazy super fucking outdated.
What's the advantage of C? Was it like you don't have to flip the thing upside down?
I think I'm just gonna guess that it's faster. I mean, I can't imagine they would make something new that isn't faster
or the same speed to just ruin everyone's.
Yeah, or maybe they're just making something new that's not faster or not better in any way. They're just making it so that people have to pay for their dongles.
Yeah, it really is. Like, them removing the headphone jack was idiotic. Like, so I was on the fence of going back to making iPhone the phone of choice for me, because I didn't have an iPhone. The iPhone 6 is my first iPhone, but after my iPod Touch got bricked by them, when I wasn't even doing anything illegal on it, they really lost my credit. But then I was like, you know what, I'll try them out again. I'll give them a fair shot. And then I'm like, I don't know if I'll upgrade to the 7, maybe the 8 if that has a thing, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I won't go to the 7.
The shitty thing about it is that this is because everybody's gonna start doing this shit now. Like, everybody's gonna start getting rid of the fucking headphone jacks, because that's just what the fuck the industry does. Is they're like, oh, what's Apple doing? Let's copy whatever the fuck Apple's doing. And it sucks that that's the way that the fucking industry thinks, because Apple does so much shitty shit that it just makes everything shitty. Like, I want a fucking headphone jack in my... Well, I mean, I don't really want a headphone jack in my phone. I'm probably going to just get, like, a flip phone when I get a phone. And I'm just going to buy another iPod, like a better iPod. Because fuck having it... like, you talked about it earlier today. I'm not going to bring it up because I don't know if you want to bring it up. You have brought it up on the podcast before, but you talked about somebody who was trying to track you earlier today. I don't want that shit at all. I don't want that shit anywhere near my life. So I'm just going to stick with an iPod and a fucking flip phone.
I'm just going to say it because I don't think she listened to this. So if you could edit this out of the trailer, like not put this part in the trailer. She did it. You can leave it in the actual podcast, but just don't put it in the trailer. She did it so that she could see when I got back to my dorm to call me.
That's fucking weird,
and what she doesn't know is I turned it off because I thought it was like I found the way to turn it off, and I was like, this is so creepy.
It's so fucking weird, dude. I cannot. There's no way that I could justify having a device in my pocket that allows somebody to track me like that. There's no way I could justify it.
I don't like being tracked, but like I need my phone. But like after once I realized I could turn that shit off, I'm like, woo, and so it makes me feel better. But
what do you need your phone? Like, what do you need? Like you call people, you text people. You can do that on a flip. What do you need?
I listen to my music.
Okay, so that would be covered by the iPod in my.
Oh, and questions. Like I use a lot GPS. Like, when I first had to get down here, I had to use GPS. Mm-hmm. I'm big on GPS.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. I don't really use GPS at all, but I guess that makes fair enough.
Yeah. And that's, like, something, like, I can't use. Like, I mean, I guess I could go back to, like, MapQuest if they're still around.
That's what I do. I just use Google Maps.
Yeah. Well, I downloaded because the Apple Maps sucks. I have Google Maps on my phone, and I'll be like, I'll ask, like, hey, how do I get to the bike? And it's like, oh, let me open Apple Maps. I'm like, never mind. I'll type it in.
Use Google Maps, and what I do is, I mean, I don't use it anymore because it's been 2 years since I got to Guam, so I don't really need to drive anywhere. But what I used to do is I would go to Google Maps on my iPod, and I would find like the instructions, then I would just take a screenshot of the instructions, and I would just look at the screenshot while I was driving.
Yeah. No, I did something similar. So let's get to the actual part of this fucking news segment.
The fucking news segment that we've been on for fucking 30 goddamn minutes now, 20 minutes.
Essentially, so after that, I don't know if you guys know this, iPhone 7 didn't have a headphone jack.
There it is.
So this guy on the internet, I can't think of his YouTube name now because it's been a while, but that guy, he decided to make a video to show how to add a headphone jack to your thing, and he, like, because if you look at your bottom of your iPhone, which I'm assuming at least half of you people have, because it's like the biggest selling phone of all time, there's like 6 dots. He just put the drill bit in the middle of like 5 dots of the 6 dots and just drilled a hole and said, look, it plays. And he like put his headphones in and showed a video of them playing through. And then people in the comments, like, it got tons of downvotes because people were like, I tried this, now my $700 phone is ruined. Why would you tell me this? Why would you lie?
Want me to read some of the comments here?
Yeah, if you want. If you have them.
So this is James Seha, and he says, I tried this and end up with display destruction and it not working, comma, comma, comma. I really commit biggest mistake of my life by watching this video, comma, 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 frowny face. And then you have David Iriarte. A friend of mine told me it worked for him, but my iPhone won't turn on after I drill the hole for the jack. I checked and it was the 3.5 millimeter drill, so I made no mistake there. What happened? Any of you with the same problem? This is Tony Hare. Okay, I'm sure it's in the comments somewhere, but my friend told me to ask what size drill bit am I supposed to use? Also, I don't have the clamp thingy. Can I or my friend hold it while we drill? I don't want to ruin my phone. Thanks for all the help, guys. Did this bitch just ask if her friend can hold it while she drills it? Like, what the fuck?
Let me ask you something. Like, my biggest thing with him is he didn't even, like, say a depth. He said just drill a hole. Like, do people not realize that?
I like how that's the part that you're like, that's the part that you're like, it's weird because he didn't specify the depth. Like, it has nothing to do with, like, the actual port. There's nothing to do with, like, the connection or anything. It's just, there's no depth. So how do you know when it's, like, in the appropriate range?
Well, that's my first question. People didn't think about, like, how do they know where to stop? Like, when do they stop? Like, what are these people drilling? And they're like, that's good enough. Because if you watch the video, he puts his headphones into the hole, and they're, like, not even, like connected, like, tight. They're just kind of, like, sitting just, like, in a hole. Like, if I put my headphones...
I haven't actually watched it.
Yeah, I watched just that bit, and, like, you can see the headphones, and you can see... Because, you know, normally you can't see the metal bit, or you can see very little sticking out. You can see a ton of metal on that little, like, weird-ass connector thing. And so I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, and then people are just freaking out at this guy. And they're, like, trying to sue him. I'm like, what are you going to sue him on?
For destroying his own fucking phone? You didn't have to fucking do it. Like, oh my god. People are so fucking stupid.
I hope no one in YouTube, those YouTube comments, like, said, no, don't do it. I hope everyone was just like,
oh, no, there's J.M. Ronan said, to the people who took this vid seriously and actually want to try this is not an iPhone hack. Think about it. This is not an iPhone hack. Think about it. Like, it's just literally...
He thought about the depths, too.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he was thinking about. There's another one on the bottom that says, I'm hoping you could reply. I'm not hating or anything. Quick thing. That hole won't work because it need cables and motherboards and things in order to adapt headphones. So you basically made a hole in an iPhone just for decoration. I wasn't hating, just saying the truth. How the fuck is that person like the smart person of the comments? Like this motherfucker who doesn't know anything about punctuation, doesn't know how to spell a single fucking word in the English language. His fucking YouTube name is It's Awesomus. It's Awesomus is the smart person in the comments of this fucking video. Really?
Yeah, no, this was kind of ridiculous.
I mean, is it more or less ridiculous than putting your iPhone in the microwave to charge it?
I think this is the same guy who did that.
No, that was 4chan.
Oh, okay.
And this is what his channel does, by the way. TechRax, his entire thing with his channel is just he breaks shit. That's all that he fucking does.
Yeah, I know, and I think it's just like I'm glad those people's kids should be limited. Like we're gonna bring all full circle.
Zero kids.
Your kids are limited.
-1 kids. You have a kid, we're gonna take the kid away.
Yeah.
We're gonna take your parents' kids away.
No,
too.
that was.
You're an only child. That means you're.
Yeah, that was. That was really, I mean, I don't understand how people thought, let me drill a hole. Because that was my first thing was, one, how do they know how to drill it 2D? Like I'm asking myself these questions as someone who's stupid. Like, that obviously, I'm like, oh, I guess it could work. Like, my first instinct is, how do I know where to drill it? 2, how deep? Like, yeah, he shows me. He doesn't show me a measurement, though.
He literally just drilled a hole in his phone, and people are like, that'll work. That'll work. I mean, I almost could understand it as a parody, but the motherfucker who made this, it's not like a parody of fucking tutorials on YouTube and how people just, like, blindly follow a video. This is one stupid guy doing a thing just because he thinks it's funny, and then people just falling for it. Like, I don't understand how you get pranked by somebody who's this stupid. His entire fucking thing, his entire channel on YouTube is just him breaking shit and being like, whoa guys, look at how crazy it is that this is broken. It's so crazy. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Look at how crazy and it's broken. Oh my god, it's all burned up. Look at how crazy. It's how does that guy trick people into destroying their nearly $1,000 device?
Like, seriously, let me tell you how I treat my iPhone. I got my iPhone, and I ordered my case next day shipping off Amazon. I paid for extra money to get it shipped next day. I carried the box with me.
Wow.
I'm insane. Like, I carried the box in my backpack during school and just, like, had the phone in the box. Like, and then I put it in its case, and it's been out of its case probably for like a total of like 4 minutes.
Like just to clean it off, like if something gets under the case or something, yeah.
Well, I had 2 LifeProof cases, and then I realized LifeProof sucks.
Oh,
and,
shit, what?
Oh.
Whoa, what happened there? LifeProof sucks all of a sudden?
I've had 2 of them break on me. The first one got something wrong with it. The second one, the little button to switch over to your sound first what got offset or something and like broke a piece of rubber inside. So then it just stopped working. So then I moved over to an OtterBox. I got an OtterBox for like super cheap. Like it's normally a $60 case or $50 case, and I got one off Amazon for $20 as long as I didn't want the original box it came in. It was like shipped to me in like an envelope. It was brand new. But yeah, speaking of Apple, iOS 7 or iOS 10.1.1.
Right, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an OtterBox.
I've had this OtterBox because I would like make fun of you for like keeping your shit in the box and like walking around it like with it in the box. But I've had this OtterBox basically since I got this iPod, and I had to replace this fucking iPod because the one that I had prior to this got like the tiniest little dent in it, and it just completely fucking destroyed it. Like it got the tiniest little fucking dent, and then over the course of like 3 days it just completely stopped working. Like I couldn't see anything on the screen. It was all like a bunch of white lines going across it. And I took it to the Apple store, and they were like, yeah, we can't fix this. You just have to replace it. So I had to fucking pay to replace it. And then I was like, well, guess I'm getting a fucking case for it because I'm not fucking doing that. Like it fell off of my, back when I used to have a bed that I could sleep on, it fell off of my headstand, and it hit my bench, like my weightlifting bench or whatever. And it hit the leg of it, and it got just that tiniest little dent. And I was like, oh, that'll be fine. Like, I looked at it, and it was fine. And then I woke up the next morning, and there were a bunch of lines across it, and I was like, fuck. And I kept trying to use it for the next, like, 3 days, but it just continually got worse. It was fucking awful, so I got this new one. I had to get I got a house-sitting job from my friend while they were out of town, and they paid me enough money to go get a new one, like, get a replacement. And then I got the replacement, and then I got a case, and it's probably been out of the case, and this is like a 10-year-old iPod. It's probably been out of the case for like maybe an hour total, because I have to clean it off sometimes.
Yeah, like my OtterBox is stained in pen, but nothing on the phone is. So. And
like I drop this fucking thing all the goddamn time, and it still works perfect. Like sometimes I drop it, and I'm like, it's not gonna work anymore. This thing's fucking broken. So fucking broken, god damn it. Like before I even pick it up, and then I pick it up and I'm like, fucking OtterBox all day. This is what I fucking live for. Love it. It's amazing. Awesome. I fucking love it. I thought you were like crazy super high on fucking LifeProof. Is this same shit that you do whenever you get a fucking video game, isn't it? Let me see.
Shit. No. Because I've seen LifeProof, and I really do like that they're dust free, just because the dust never got underneath the screen. I'm going to advocate for it. But everyone I've talked to, for one, like here's about my LifeProof. Everyone buys that fucking case, and it's like the iPhones, like the headphone jack kind of thing. They advertise it as waterproof, right? You're supposed to take it out of the fucking package, clamp it together empty, and dump it underwater and make sure it's waterproof. If it's not, you send it back to the manufacturer, right? People get it, put their phone in, and go fucking swim and try to fucking get it to work. I had this lady go, my husband tried to take pictures underwater of our family, and now he ruined his phone. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when you have water hit your phone. And she's like, it advertises waterproof. I go, in the instructions, it says you're supposed to do this, and that they're not going to cover it. They have a warranty on the case, though, if it becomes not waterproof. Like, if you test it, they'll give you a new one. And she failed to do that. And then, like, people all the time complained about it. And I'm like, this, for me, wasn't a waterproof case. It was a water deterrent. Like, it was, like,
if
just in case.
If you happen to get water on your phone will be fine.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, I wasn't going to go fucking throwing it in my tub and trying to play, like, with my rubber duckies and stuff like that. I'm just like, this is just... The first one I had, I didn't hate. The first one I had, I got paint on, actually, from Home Depot. Yeah, paint splattered on it. So that's what happened to my first one.
Months ago, too, where you got that. Because...
Yeah,
that... I remember talking about that, and you were like, oh, yeah. Got paint on it. I had to get a new one, but I'm so happy that I had the case, because... it's better than having to buy a new phone. I don't know. This is boring. Please stop talking. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next thing. People drilled headphone jacks. People are stupid. We could just do this one quickly. So this article is called "So Much for Counter Phishing Training. Half of people click anything sent to them." And basically it's just they ran a study and they sent like fake phishing attempts to 1,700 people, and 56% of people who were sent an email clicked what the fuck ever was sent to them as long as it had their name on it. And that was also 37% of people on Facebook did the same. And it says people who said that they were like security savvy, even 45% of those people would click a link that was emailed to them too. So people who are like, yeah, I'm super good at fucking computer security, they're like, yeah, I'll just click whatever. I'll just click anything you send to me. And the only reason that I really wanted to do this article was because I literally don't click any links that Brett sends me. And that might sound like rude or whatever, but I don't click any links Brett sends me because I gave him a bunch of chances and he continually just sent me links to advertisements. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm not clicking any fucking links you send me. You're a fucking piece of shit. And now he sends me like links and I'm like, I'm not clicking that. I don't click anything that you send me. You know this.
But this is funny, though, because how we do this articles is we'll read an article and then we'll link it and send it to the other person via email. And we just have a whole list of, like, articles going on. And so he sent me this one.
Like, it's mainly just me sending him links.
Because I just figured we both read Slashdot, and there's no reason for me to be sending the same article back. So he reads it, and then he sends it to me. Well, I read this title that says 50% of people won't click on the link, and so I didn't click on it until like today to do the podcast. I'm just like, oh, that's a real thing. I just thought it was like a test.
Fake as shit. Well, I'm not you, man, so I'm not going to be sending you links to fucking ads and fucking scams and bullshit like that. God damn it, that pissed me off. I literally just wanted to do this article just to mention that I don't click anything that Brett sends me. So
just want to know how many caps I've got.
I just would like to note how many caps I have. So fucking stupid. Alright, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, that was quick and easy. Let's go. Let's move. We're on the move.
This next one is Englishman spends 11 hours trying to make a cup of tea with his Wi-Fi kettle. We decided to do this one. It's sort of like a follow-up to the crazy huge section of shit that we had on the dorm sessions about the Internet of Things shit, where we just talked about Internet of Things for like years and years. But effectively, the point of this article is that there's this guy named Mark Rittman, and over the course of
11 hours.
Yeah, it was I don't know what day it was, but apparently he's in England and he's a data specialist, and it took him 11 hours to try to get a cup of tea, or to try to get water boiling with his Wi-Fi kettle, with his Internet of Things Wi-Fi kettle. He just wanted to make a cup of tea, but this motherfucker had to spend 11 hours trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with it, rather than, just turning on the fucking stove, putting a kettle on it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start fucking reading the tweets. Does that sound good, Brett? This is...
Yeah, you can find... That's fine. Like, it's funny because this is like, we went to this whole idea. This guy fucking bought a tea kettle that's probably like $200.
Yeah. Because
it's Wi-Fi enabled. And so, go ahead and read the tweets.
Okay, so this is his first tweet that started the whole saga. Still haven't had a first cup of tea this morning. Debugging the kettle, and now the iWi-Fi base station has reset. Boiling water in saucepan now. So basically, he's just like, I'm not going to not have my tea, so I'm going to use the old-fashioned shitty method while I try to figure out this new amazing method. And it might take me 11 hours, but who gives a fuck? And
after 11 hours, I'm going to be set.
Yeah. After 11 hours, I'll never have to boil water in a saucepan again. Think about that. So his next tweet is, 3 hours later and still no tea. Mandatory recalibration caused Wi-Fi base station reset. Now port scanning network to find where the kettle is. What the fuck? Why do you have to do that? Why do you
He has to reinstall its drivers.
Oh my fucking god. He's port scanning the network to fucking figure out where the hell the kettle is on his Wi-Fi network so that he can just find it to tell it to start boiling water. I wonder, does the thing even have like a fucking button to even press just in case you wanted to have it? Just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's one of those electric kettles.
Like a brew?
Like, is there a button where you can just be like, okay, the Wi-Fi's not working, can I just hit a button? How the fuck do you... Why do you need a Wi-Fi kettle, Brett? Why do you need one?
if this was Comcast or like AT&T, you would never be able to use it ever because their internet's always down all the time. Oh my god.
So why do you need a Wi-Fi kettle? Like, is there like a reason to fucking have this? I don't know. So basically what happened is he starts tweeting about this shit, and then there's this Twitter account called Internet of Shit, which is literally just a Twitter account that takes Internet of Things devices and talks about how shitty they are and how they're fucking all terrible. And so his next tweet is, now the Hadoop cluster in the garage is going nuts due to retweets to Internet of Shit saturating the network and blocking MQTT integration with Amazon Echo. So I guess this must be, his kettle must be something that he uses with Amazon Echo, which is like a thing that you can like talk to. It's basically
Siri.
Yeah,
it's a Siri on a pole.
And so he's trying to use the Amazon Echo to tell his kettle to boil some water. But now he can't. But now he can't do that because his fucking his server in his garage or something, his Hadoop cluster. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, I think it's just his server in his garage. And it's just going crazy because he's having too many notifications from Internet of Shit retweeting him. So now everything is just going fucking crazy. So his next tweet is, now my Wi-Fi kettle is basically taking the piss. Told me it had found the network. Now you need to recalibrate me. Oh, by the way, I didn't really connect. This motherfucker. And this is somebody who knows technology like down to a fucking T, right? Like this is his job.
He's fucking searching for internet for the specific tea kettle on his fucking.
He can't fucking figure this shit out. What the fuck chance does like a normal person have to figure this shit out? I understand, like Brett, like can we both just acknowledge? I think we understand the appeal of being able to say, Echo, you know, I want some water boiled or whatever. You know, just being able to say it and not having to do anything. Like, that seems fine, right? That seems like a...
Oh, absolutely.
It's an admirable
Because, like,
goal.
when I was in my, like, laying in bed, if I was watching my fucking Xbox One for, like, Amazon or Hulu, I'd be like, Xbox pause or Xbox play or Xbox next episode. It was nice.
Yeah, it's, like, but, it's not... I can understand the appeal of it, but is it... It's not, to me, it's not even worth having like an always-on Connect or whatever, like in the room, potentially spying on you, or in this case, an Amazon Echo. It's not even worth having that like in the room, potentially spying on me. So it's definitely not worth 11 hours of trying to figure this shit out. Like that's absolutely not worth it to me. You know what I mean? Okay.
It's just one of those things, like, I don't understand why people like want like connected to the internet constantly. Like, I don't like to have my shit connected all the time. Like, there's certain things I don't like to, like my iPhone, a lot of the shit I started like Googling all of a sudden, like at a spur of moment, like Google searches that I didn't want people to remember, so I had to like do incognito browsing because like I don't know, like literally
what were you
people
Googling,
and then I was
Brett?
Dude, I was Googling a lot, like my friends, my roommates didn't know what schmoing was, so that led to one thing which led to like oh my god, I can't remember because I got them into Reddit, which went right into there's this subreddit in my school. Because I go to a school in Rolla, Missouri, but there's this thing called Rolla Gone Wild, where essentially it's just the students and I guess other non-students who send pictures, you know, just it's like a Gone Wild subreddit, but it's just for the school. So it's like,
are you on there, Brett? If I went there, could I find user Brett Vargas? Could I find a submission from him?
No, you can use my throwaway though. I have like 4 Reddit accounts.
Jesus Christ, you're so fucking weird. That's just like that fucking Unidan guy going in and fucking upvoting his shit and downvoting everyone else. That's fucking pathetic, dude. I don't understand at all how you get to the point where you have that many fucking Reddit accounts. I don't get that at all.
I have my normal one, my podcast one, and then 2 hidden ones that no one knows about. Just in case I need to do something.
What is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, it's because like my one that I don't mention is for like stuff that I'm not afraid to admit, but I don't want tied to my name. And then the throwaway is like one that I don't want ever brought. Like, because you could, I think if you looked at it right, you could get my secondary one brought back to me. Mm-hmm. If you looked at it and how the interactions that it's had.
Yeah, no,
but
I'm sure. You've told me that you've accidentally responded to people from the wrong account before.
Yeah. So
but then your other one is just porn, is what you're trying to say?
It's not even porn. It's just like if I need to respond to something that I don't want linked back to me at all.
Like what? What kind of response? Like, give me an example.
Like, okay, like the one, you know that time when I told you about the girl who was like really she was a amateur soup connoisseur?
I do not recall that.
When I said, I think I texted you and you're like, we were talking and you're like, I'm like, this bitch just said she says amateur soup connoisseur. What the hell does that mean? Does she eat soup like normally, like a person? And we made jokes about it, and that was off a not a porn one, but it was like borderline porn. So I was like, I don't really want to reply to this with my normal one or my secondary one, so I used the throwaway to reply and make a fun at it.
So fucking weird to me. Why would you have 4 accounts? Oh my god.
One's the podcast one.
That's so fucking weird. One's the podcast one where you go in and just fucking tell everybody to fuck off. This subreddit sucks dicks. Your rules are fucking gay. Nobody likes you. You guys are all losers.
I really hate our gaming. Rainbow Six.
And our podcasting or whatever. Our podcast.
Well, no, I went in there and at first people were like really inviting. Like every time I would search podcast, people were like, oh yeah, you know, I'll listen to it. I'll try it out. Then every time I've done it recently, I've got us downvoted because I don't even say, I just say the same thing because all I do is I go back to my old post and just copy paste. And people are like, downvote.
Oh,
and I'm like,
God, dude.
So, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking shitty. Okay, well, let's get back to the article, but you're a crazy person. So his next tweet is, I think that he's responding to something. He's very clearly responding to somebody, but the article says that he's trying to build integration. He's trying to program integration into the Wi-Fi kettle. He's trying to program it so that it'll integrate with Amazon Echo because it doesn't have that normally, which is even shittier. So basically he got this Wi-Fi kettle that he would have to like activate from his phone, which is like super shitty. You can't even use your voice to activate it. I don't know. So his next tweet is, it is an okay apart from flaky Wi-Fi connectivity. Main issue is that there's no IFTTT or HomeKit integration, so I had to hack that together myself. Which is, you know, fine. I guess it's not fine, because what the fuck is the point of the Wi-Fi kettle if it doesn't integrate with your other devices? Then there's, like, how are you gonna... So you're just going to be on your phone instead of going over there to hit the button to turn it on? Like, because they have electronic kettles where all you do is you hit a button and it...
Well, I think the point is you can use your phone because that's like a whole thing now. Like my
What? I'm just going to... Like, I'm going to be out of the house and I'm going to be like, I really want to have some water boiling when I get back home.
Well, no, like, let's say you're sitting on the couch and you don't want to get up to go to your kitchen or throw a sock at it or something. You just hit the button and be like, boom, water's boiling. It's kind of like the whole idea of like Nest and all those like thermostats and stuff.
Lazy? Am I actually not lazy enough to understand this?
My grandma and grandpa live in a neighborhood where all that stuff like comes built into the house. So they get like an iPad, and their iPad like they can like they have security cameras on the doors.
Are all of their devices part of the one of those botnets?
Something like, I don't know. It's something like that where they can like turn off the heat, turn on the air. They can use their iPad to look at any of the security cameras. They can talk through the iPad to the box outside to like ask who it is or what they need. They can open the front door and unlock it if someone needs to be let in.
Oh, well, that's
and they
good.
Can do this
yeah. Fucking, I would love to have a fucking front door that can just be hacked. Yeah, that's
but amazing. They can do this from like home, like they are at work. Like if someone needs to get in the house, they can be like unlocked, and it's just integrated part of the neighborhood.
Whatever computer they got hacked from. Perfect.
Yeah, they don't choose to have it. They just moved into the house that had it.
Yeah, no, like I understand that they didn't. It's just so fucking stupid. Why does everything need to be connected to the internet? I'm just saying that when you connect something to the internet, it opens it up to attack from literally everything else on the internet. That's what the internet is. So when you add something. When you add internet functionality, you're also adding internet vulnerabilities. And that is just not a trade-off that I'm willing to make yet. Maybe I'll be willing to make that trade-off down the line. But literally right now, you can just go onto the dark web and for free, you can get this thing that allows you to just take over people's devices. You can just get it.
God.
And it's called a botnet. And now botnets are going crazy huge. They had botnets before, where it was like you'd take over people's computers. But now that all of these things are little tiny computers connected to the fucking Internet of Things and connected to the internet,
like
just by virtue
yeah,
of that.
like you might be at home and like all of a sudden your tea kettle goes off and starts making tea or something, and it's just like crazy.
And like, yeah, that's one thing, but it's almost, I don't know if it's worse than that or it's not as bad as that, but what it is that they just take control of these things and then they just don't do anything to them. And then eventually they'll use them to like attack like some giant corporation with a DDoS attack. But there is always the possibility that they just gain full control of the device. Like all the home security systems that are connected to the internet. Do you really fucking think that those cameras and shit aren't being watched by everybody on the fucking internet? Like, honestly,
could you imagine not being able to cook tea because you got DDoSed?
Yeah, or because your kettle was being used to DDoS someone else? Sure. Like, that's just a real fucking thing that happens. It's not even like a hypothetical situation where we're trying to predict some shit. That's just a thing that actually happens present day.
Dude, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story. We're going to go right into this about internet stuff because this just kind of linked to it. My roommate was telling me a story. He's like, Brett, have you ever heard of the deep web? I go, yeah. The stuff where you like buy fucking really illegal shit.
Actually, I saw a story earlier this week. Just a weird tangent. They actually did a study that showed that a little bit over half of the traffic on the deep web has nothing to do with illegal activity. So
yeah, well, he was on it and he's like, yeah, man, I was on it, right? I go, yeah. He goes, do you know like what Silk Road is? I go, yeah. He goes, well, I decided to look up like something dirty. Like I googled something dirty on their search engine. I go, yeah. He goes, I saw tons of child porn. I go, God fucking damn it. You're on the school's fucking network and our rooms are connected.
Why did he do that? What did he expect to have happen?
And I hope the rooms aren't, because we have a suite, so me and him.
And now you're admitting it on the podcast too. You're just totally throwing him under the fucking bus.
Dude, he also told me a story. He was like, I was like in 8th grade and I was on Omegle, right? I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, man. So you know how it's like all dicks, right? I go, yeah. He goes, well, I saw this one time I was like going through with my friends and we're like, these girls got, I'm like, show us your dick. And I wasn't going to whip my dick out in front of my friends, so, I didn't do that. But the next time I was like alone and I decided to get on Omegle. And he goes, so I got naked, I got prepped.
What the
everything
fuck?
Was up and,
when he was in 8th grade?
Yeah, hold on. So he goes, I was ready. I was already up and fully erect. And so he goes, I hit start. The first thing was a group of kids who went,
oh my god, so he just like exposed himself to a bunch of kids? Yes. I love his fucking, his idea of like, I'm not part of the problem, so let me be part of the problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, there's just always dicks on there. So instead of not being one of the dicks on there, I'm gonna just be one of the dicks on there. Like, where does that logic come from?
But and he goes, yeah, I just got off and I like went fully like limp. I was like, really? You're telling me when you showed the dick to your kids, showed your dick to those kids and you went limp?
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Dude, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought I was gonna die. Like, I was like,
that's a motherfucker. Stop. That's so fucking weird, dude. Your roommate seems a little weird, man.
Dude,
granted, he's
cool,
not.
But like,
he's not Scott, so there you go. Fucking already winning.
My fucking roommate last night. I don't know if he turned on what time he turned off his fucking music. But, like, he didn't, like, I was in bed at 3 a.m. and I could not fucking sleep. And I had to be up at 8. And I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Because he left his fucking mute. If he ever goes to bed, I won't, I've never been in a situation where he's been to bed before me where I've, like, played games. Mm-hmm. But he just left his fucking, like, he has headphones. He has gaming headphones. And he just left his speaker on. And he kept talking to me about, like, space engineers and Kerbal Space Program.
Oh,
and I'm just like, uh-huh. Like, I'm trying to, like, break the, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Like, really not interested.
Buy some earplugs, dude. Just buy earplugs. And even if it doesn't, like, help you get to sleep, I feel like it'll be enough of a message to be like you're trying to be like, dude, shut the fuck up,
No, like, when I was streaming, he'll lean back. And I obviously have a fucking mic in front of my face because the snowball's huge and, like, the size of a softball. And I'll be talking to other people, and he'll just, that's pretty funny, you know what I mean? And, like, just lean into the conversation. And I'm like, dude, I don't... you're not part of this. And, like, I mean, I don't hate him, but, like...
But, like, you hate him, though? Like...
No. It's just his social cues aren't there, and, like, he'll lean in and be part of the conversation, and then I'll be, like, talking, like, like, trying to get back to the Xbox Live party. People are like, who are you talking to? Like, my roommate.
Like, when we were fucking... It's on the dorm sessions. I'm probably going to leave it in the fucking... episode when I finish editing it. It's on there.
Yeah.
Where he's just talking about fucking chemistry or whatever.
And, like, I'll have my headphones on, my Xbox headphones, my Xbox Ones, and they cover my ears because they're, like, Turtle Beach. Mm-hmm. And he'll, like, still talk to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you said. I had my headphones on. And he goes, oh, okay,
But then then you say that, and then that's... For some reason, people think, oh, well, I should repeat what I said. It's like, no, I just don't care what you said. Like, maybe I should, like, rephrase it for you next time? I don't give a shit about what you said. I'm not trying to tell you, oh, hey, sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you say it again? I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to do some different shit than what you are trying to do. So shut the fuck up and let me do my shit.
Like, this kid lives frugal as shit. Like, he doesn't buy games, and I guess that's fine. I don't know his financial situation, but, like, let me tell you an idea. He got Sniper Elite 3 for free on Steam for the weekend, and he's like, this game's so much fun. He's, like, into really hyper-realistic shooters, like, hyper-realistic, like he gets mad that when he gets shot in the leg, his leg doesn't lock up.
Yeah, I mean, I would enjoy a game like that.
Yeah, well, he's like, and I mean, yeah, I would like it too, but he's like mad that
the thing is, I would enjoy that game for some amount of time, and then I'd be like, all right, let me go play an actual video game now. Like, I don't want to be in this fucking simulation anymore. Let me just go do some other shit.
Like, this guy is like, once he's done with the war, he has to go back to cleaning the toilets or flipping the rocks so they don't burn in the fucking field. Like,
the game starts and it's like him coming back home, and like his wife is like, I'm pregnant, it's not yours. Like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Like, he's really not hyper-realistic shooters. So he plays only free-to-play games.
It's not yours, the dog is dead.
Like, he plays this thing called Heroes and Generals, and it's like, it's a free-to-play game, war game, but you get, like, gold, right? Like, you get the in-game currency is gold. Mm-hmm. But every round you shoot costs money.
Wow.
Every single round. So you get free rounds. Like, if you shoot your pistol 10 times, that costs money.
So it's
your
super
gold,
unrealistic,
which you get for free.
Then? Like, crazy unrealistic, because there's not a single soldier in the entire fucking army who cares about shooting rounds. The army doesn't even give a shit about that. They have fucking rounds for days. They get rounds for
I think I read it's like 13. I think it's like 10. I heard it's like 13 tons of munitions to kill one person. Like, one insurgent goes on, essentially.
Yeah, they just go fucking crazy. Like, I asked, it was probably like really insensitive to ask, but while I was at while I was in college, there was a guy in one of my classes, and he was like, yeah, I was in the army, I was in Iraq. And I was like, the first thing I said was, did you shoot anyone? Like, that was the first thing that I said. It's probably really insensitive and probably shouldn't have brought it up, but he was just like I could tell that he was just like, this kid's fucking stupid as fuck. And I was like, and he was just goes, I didn't shoot anybody, because you don't usually shoot people, you just sort of shoot at people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't... Like, that's the way that he explained it to me, and it made sense to me. Like, basically, you just spray in that direction, and, you know, if you kill him, you kill him. So, clearly, the government doesn't give a shit about ammunition. Soldiers don't give a shit about it. So that game is very unrealistic.
Yeah, well, like... But, like, that's how they get their money, is you have to pay for rounds. So, like, if you want, like, stopping power rounds, which is, like, hollow points and stuff, or plus P, so plus, like, additional black gunpowder rounds, you have to pay money. So he's like, yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Like, you know, I really do like these kind of games. But, like, he wouldn't buy Sniper Elite 3 when it was $5.
And that's, he's like, Sniper Elite, we've talked about it. Sniper Elite's a fun game.
Yeah, like, for like, multiplayer, he would not buy it, because he's like, no.
I would pay $5 for Sniper Elite. All right, solid. Let's get back to the article.
Yeah.
So the next tweet that this guy makes is, after 11 hours, he says, well, the kettle is back online and responding to voice control, but now we're eating dinner in the dark while the lights download a firmware update. I think that's just a joke, by the way. I don't think his lights are actually...
You can't get lights connected to the internet.
You can, but I don't think that his lights are downloading a firmware update. So then he says, my work is done, and now on to everything else I meant to do today after that first cup of tea. That's fucking ridiculous that he spent. And then the first. Okay,
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. I don't want you to judge me. What's the difference between firmware, software, and hardware is like physical? Mm-hmm. What's the difference between software and firmware?
Software, I think, is like user downloaded, but firmware, I think, is like
the OS.
Yeah, basically, right? Or is it not?
Okay.
I'll fucking look it up right now. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't know because I know because both of them are downloaded updates versus and they because hardware updates and a change to the physical look of it.
Vamp, say stuff, talk about things, stream of consciousness. What's going on with you, Brett?
So my cousin and I we're in a Facebook group chat with my family and like my cousins Peyton and all them, and so for one I discovered that I could make people's names like whatever I want, like I controlled the nicknames of everyone. So let me go down some nicknames. I am of course President Banana, head of them. Peyton is my asshole is gaping.
You totally took President Banana from Jeff, by the way. In case anybody's wondering where President Banana comes from, it's from the Rooster Teeth or
Does
the
it?
Drunk Tank. Yeah.
Okay. Ramon, who's this black guy, is I can only get off to Lexington Steel. My cousin Sean, who's like Southern and has like a Confederate tattoo, is I Heart BBC. And then my cousin Tyler, who's like 20 and married, I make fun of him a lot because he's 20 and he's 21. I mean, he has a good wife and pretty well for himself. I just like to make fun of him and say that he like doesn't wear the pants in the relationship because every man's a cuckold. No one doesn't know it yet.
Is his wife hot?
His nickname is My Wife Pegs Me.
Is his wife hot?
I don't find her attractive, but
ooh,
I can see
damn!
why.
Tyler, he thinks your wife is an ugly skank, yo. Holy shit.
So
Brett's fucking coming hard. All right, that vamping is over. When discussed, firmware usually refers to fixed data as part of a hardware device, unlike software, which is meant to be used for interaction, productivity, and activity like word processing, video editing, listening to music, or video conferencing. But officially, there is no true compositional distinction between firmware and software. So basically what I was saying is basically what I said, right, is just stuff that's not supposed to be interactive with the user. It's supposed to be part of the device, and then software is like user shit. Okay, I was right.
Okay.
Tyler, your wife is an ugly skank. Okay, and the first reply that I see on here that I just think is funny because it basically just sums up, I think, what everybody feels about this story, about this motherfucker trying for nearly not even nearly an entire day. This is just an entire day of this fucking guy trying to make a cup of tea. The first reply is, why don't you just get a normal fucking kettle? That's like the first reply, and I think that we just end it there because there's nothing else to say. Why don't you just get a normal fucking kettle?
Dude, I went to Walmart and I wanted to get a coconut because I just want to have some coconut milk and have a little bit of coconut.
You should come to
jelly.
Guam. We have coconuts all over the place.
Not a single coconut. I did walk out with cupcakes though.
Oh, there you go. Coconut cupcakes? Yeah. Was there coconut shavings on them?
Nope, they were Halloween cupcakes. They were on clearance. They were like 12 of the little mini ones for $1.50.
Love a motherfucking almond joy. So fucking good.
Dude, I love almond joys.
So
especially darker
good.
chocolate ones.
I think that because Butterfinger has been my favorite for a while. But then I stopped eating it because fuck Nestle. Fuck Nestle for real. And I think that I might not like Butterfinger anymore. I had some for Halloween, dude, and they just weren't that good.
I saw a picture on what Nestle owns, and it's so hard to fucking avoid them. I'm gonna send you the picture, and you can. I'm not really add it to linked up. We don't have one of those. Essentially, it's everything. They own everything. They own Purina dog food.
I'm gonna see if I actually use any of this shit. Also, bravo cropping the fucking picture, Brett. Really good job sending me this fucking picture that has 1 billion fucking miles of...
Gerber.
Oh yeah, so this is just everything that everyone owns.
No,
So
yeah,
Nestle,
but there's...
Oh, they own Stouffer. Yeah. Well, what I do, actually, I probably do avoid all this shit because I literally look at the back of the box, and if it says, a Nestle Corporation or whatever, I'll just not buy it.
I didn't know they owned a Wonka. That's kind of weird.
Nestle. I can't even read this because your crop is so shitty, dude. It's so fucking blurry.
They own, Nescaf, Coffee Mate is owned by Nestle.
They own everything that has the word Ness in front of it.
Pierre, Sparkling water.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything on here that I used.
Yeah.
Purina,
dog food.
Oh, they own Kit Kat? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Huh, didn't know that. Kit Kats are pretty good, but fuck Nestle, so don't buy Kit Kats anymore, you guys.
I think it's weird they own Gerber.
No, it's not weird to me, because that's the fucking shit where they killed all those babies in Africa. I told the guy about that, by the way, that guy that I was in that's in the DEP program with me, that's in depth with me. I told him about that, by the way, and he goes... Yes, I hear you, Brett. Ha ha ha. Super funny. I told him about that, by the way, and I was like, yeah, they killed all these babies in Africa. A bunch of babies died because of them. His response was, I'm never going to Africa. I don't give a shit. I was just like, okay.
Isn't he African?
He's black, but that's not the reason that I would have literally told anybody that. Like, it's, you know what I mean?
I thought he was like legitimately African, like from Africa.
He's black. He like, I told him, we were talking about it. We were in the locker room, and I was like, if I just point out a factual statement, and I'm like, you're black, that's not racist. And then he goes, I'm not fucking black, I'm Dominican. And I was like, you're black. You're black. Your skin is black. I was talking to First Blood, and I said that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Honduran." Oh, is that what he's going with now? Because he used to be Malaysian. He'd say that he was Malaysian.
He's from Honduras.
Tell First Blood I said hi if you talk to him again.
Dude, I was playing Gears of War, and he joined one time. I don't talk to him at all because he'll invite me to his parties.
Tell him I said hi. Dick.
I know. He asked me, where's Donovan? I said, oh, he deleted you. I go, no, he's in Guam. He's like, still? I go, yeah, but he joined the military, and I don't think he's going to make it.
Wow. Fuck you.
No, I told him, you're being, like you got shipped, and you're, really in a critical state.
Oh, okay. That's fun. All right, let's move on to the next one. We were trying to make this, a short news segment, but I don't think that really worked out. So, the next article that I have is Women in Computing to Decline to 22% by 2025, Study Warns. The reason that I wanted to bring this up is because of the title. It says Study Warns? What? Brett, okay, I'll just make this short. I told you I was going to make this short. If women don't want to be in computing now, especially when there are so many fucking programs specifically designed for the completely sexist goal of pushing women ahead in these fields, then don't fucking force them to do it. They clearly don't have an interest in this shit, so don't try to force them to be interested in this shit. It's fucking ridiculously sexist, and I honestly don't see the benefit. I don't understand the benefit of diversity anywhere. Pushing for diversity, I don't understand the benefit of. You could be like, oh, you get different perspectives. No, you fucking don't. You get the same number of perspectives, regardless of the skin color, regardless of what fucking genitalia you have. You have different people. Just because we all happen to conform to this one group that you're defining doesn't mean that we don't all have different opinions on shit.
Real quick, I'm going to say there are obvious places where opinions matter differently based on sex. If we were designing a condom that stopped male chafing, obviously males would have probably a little bit more experience with it than females would. Or if we were to try to design a tampon, same thing. Sure. But in most things, it doesn't care.
Yeah, most things it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the number of people on it. Sex, race, fucking sexuality. None of it matters. None of it matters at all. So when you say that it warns me, tell me why it matters that we need to have more women in computing. Tell me why it matters, or I do not give a shit. And I read this entire fucking thing. And it never fucking brought up one time why it matters that we have women in this field. Why it matters that we force women to go into this field that they don't want to go into. It's just stupid.
I don't know.
And I just wanted to touch on it really quickly. I told you I'd touch on it really quickly. That's the end of what I have to say about it. You can go on with it if you'd like. That's all that I have to say about it.
Just let the record show I am withstanding my previous statement.
There are places where it matters and there are places where it doesn't matter. Is that your previous statement?
No, my previous statement was at my school, and then I just kind of stopped.
Solid, man. Solid. All right, and now I guess I'm going to let you lead this one. Now we're just basically in the follow-up portion of the podcast, or do you want to call it something different, like we're always right about everything all the time, or?
I was going to call it "Fuck You, Dad."
Oh, shit. Okay. Now we're in the "Fuck You, Dad" portion of the podcast. All right, go for it,
You can't
Brett.
control me. I'm 16.
You're not my real dad.
So I said, as a joking statement, half joking, half serious, that wars were going to be fought live streamed, you're gonna have red versus blue, and then have white as the streamers, the fucking cameras, and you're gonna be able to watch it on Twitch. This is actually, and a month later, an article came out on the same thing where people were eventually wars are gonna be fought live streamed. It's gonna be a game, battle, Donovan called it battle bots, and it's gonna be that. It's just people we're gonna have a thing.
That kind of falls into the next thing where you said it was gonna be live streamed, and then I was like, eventually everything's gonna get replaced by robots, so there's gonna be robots fighting robots, and it's just gonna be battle bots.
Yeah, no, this is kind of amazing because this could be really good for the economy because here's what we could do: we could charge people pay per play. You pay $100 and you get your own robot to control, and you could or $1,000, and you get your own robot to control. And the more you win, the more you're helping the country, and the more money we get.
Hey guys, it's Donovan. I just wanted to pop in here real quick and apologize. We had to cut the news segment short, and various reasons. If you want to know more, wait till the end of the podcast, listen to that. But otherwise, here is the topics segment. All right, Brett, so let's move on to topics. The first topic that I have is, I have a story about, this is a long-ass time ago that this happened. Basically, whenever my sister leaves and everybody leaves, that's the only time that I get to watch TV. You know that, right? Like, I don't get any time to watch TV while they're here. I just have to watch shit on my laptop because they're literally always on the TV. It's like, it's the fucking linchpin of their family. Like, if the TV went away, they would all probably just run away from the house. Like, they are crazy about that shit. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. So whenever they're here, I don't get to watch TV. So the only time that I get to watch TV is when they all leave. And since the kids have been in school, yeah, I think that there's one in my sister's room, but they don't use it because it doesn't have Netflix or whatever. So the kids have been going to school, and my sister's Elle's husband has been going to work, and she takes the kids to school, and then she does her little workout group thing or whatever. So usually in the morning, there will be, like on weekday mornings, there will be a time period during which I can watch TV out here.
And jerk off all over it.
It's just like, it's like my fucking unwinding period. Like, it's all the fucking tension and shit and having to hear screaming constantly from my sister and her husband and from Celine and from fucking Eli and even Caleb sometimes. It's so fucking tense. Honestly, like, it's probably the worst part of being out here. Like, worse than not having food, worse than having to sleep on the fucking ground. It's probably the worst part is just all the screaming. So that's my time that I just get to, fucking zone out, and I get to have just a peaceful time watching TV. But it's during the day. So there will be like a crazy glare on the screen unless I close the blinds, right? Mm-hmm. So I close the blinds. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And every time, it makes sense because there's going to be a fucking glare. I don't want a fucking glare. I just want to enjoy watching TV for the little time that I have to enjoy watching TV. Every time that I do this, I close the blinds, and every single time, without fail, my sister will walk in while I'm watching TV, and she'll go, "Why is it so dark in here? It's so dark." Keeping in mind, this is the same woman who complains about how bright the sun is and how her eyes are too sensitive to light and how she can't handle it when it's too bright. So effectively what I'm saying is she complains about fucking everything all the goddamn time.
Is she scared of the wind? Because my cousin is scared of the wind. She's the same kind of...
I'm sure I've told you the story about the girl I was in CCD, and it was like really windy outside, and she started crying because it was windy and it was scaring her, and she was sitting next to me, so she like leaned on my shoulder while she was crying, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. It was just like this chick that's just like crying on my shoulder. It's not like we're like good friends or anything. Like, I don't know why the fuck she came anywhere near me with that shit, but I was just like, it was really awkward because I didn't know. I was like, do I like hug her, or like, it was the weirdest
her
fucking
boob,
shit.
grab her vagina.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking, bro.
Okay.
You're very funny. You're really a hilarious person. So I do that all the time, and it gets annoying to hear her complain every time she comes in. Why is it so dark? Why is it so dark? And then me having to explain, it's because I was watching TV. I was watching TV. It's ridiculous. So one time, I wasn't watching TV, but she was gone, so I just came out and closed the blinds just to fuck with her. And it was just the most perfect thing, because I went back into the room, and then she came back in. She came back like probably 5 minutes later, and the first thing she says when she walks in is she screams, "You just closed the blinds to fuck with me?" I could not have planned it better. It was the best fucking thing. And I just started, I couldn't like burst out laughing, but I did start laughing, and I was worried she was gonna come like into the room and like look at me on my dog bed and see me laughing. But after that, for the next like 2 weeks, she would take the remotes with her to the TV every time she left.
She is so
petty.
weird.
She's just petty as fuck. Like, honestly, it's insane. Like,
she doesn't have a job.
The fact that I get any enjoyment out of it, that I try to have an enjoyable experience of watching TV while they're gone, is just too much for her. She's basically Scott. It's my fucking roommate. It's the same shit.
So she doesn't work. Has she ever had a job?
Yeah, she used to have a bunch of different jobs. But today, literally today, before they all left, she was complaining that about 20% of the work she does every day is cleaning up the water that spills from the fridge when people get water from the fridge. And to me, you can complain about it and be like, oh, I have to clean up so much water. But to me, if cleaning up a tiny little water spill is 20% of your effort for the day, you have an amazing fucking life. You have an amazing life and you have no fucking responsibilities, so shut the fuck up, quit complaining.
Well, that's because she's a stay-at-home mom. I don't understand people who want to be stay-at-home moms and then gets
Easiest
mad.
fucking job in the world.
Easiest
job in the fucking
when
world.
stay-at-home moms stay at home and then they get mad, like feminist stay-at-home moms are like, I shouldn't have to be expected to cook every single night.
Yeah, it's like what
do you do?
Bill Burr has like this great thing. You know Bill Burr, right? The comedian.
No, maybe.
He's fucking hilarious. He has this thing about like recently he's gotten like sort of like into like feminism and shit, and he always like mentions like how he's a white man, so it's like he's really privileged and shit. And I don't really like that part, but he used to not be like that. A lot of people are saying it's because he married a black woman, so now he's like shifted over. But he used to have this great bit about how stay-at-home mom, everybody's always like, oh, it's the hardest job in the world. It's the hardest job in the world. And his thing was, any job that you can do in your pajamas is not the hardest job in the fucking world. He's like, how about you go and try drilling for oil out in the fucking ocean? And then, you know, the fucking shit catches fire, you're sweaty all goddamn day, shit catches fire, and you jump into the water that's also on fire, and you're just hoping that a fucking rescue boat can come out and get you.
The fire.
But yeah, it's really hard for you because, you know, little Timmy has fucking sniffles, like... It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much people say that that's a different... It's not, for one, not even a job because you're not getting paid. Not a job. Just letting you know right now, you're not getting paid. Nobody values what you're doing enough to pay you, so it's not a job.
Yeah, no, let me tell you about doctor's notes and kids and things. I don't know why people assume, like I've seen some people who think, like, when your kid's sick, you take them to the doctor, like, unless, or you're a shitty parent, and it's like...
my sister, like, she fucking... Like, her kid would get, like, the hiccups or something, and she would take him to the... Literally, when one of her kids got the hiccups, like, I think it was Celine, she just took Celine to the doctor because she didn't know what the fuck to do about hiccups. It's like, if you never fucking had hiccups before...
You just let them go.
It goes away.
That or you try to, like, sit there and scare her constantly. I don't know if that actually works. I just think it would be fun to just sit there and be like, Celine, this is for your health.
I don't believe that's the medically prescribed treatment, but...
Pretty sure if you looked on WebMD it would be, but... Whatever.
No, I'm pretty sure WebMD would tell you it was cancer.
No, yeah. He's sick of being cancer of the lungs, liver, pancreas, brain.
Speaking of which, there was this guy, I already told you about this, right? There was like that old guy in the sauna who like kept talking to me yesterday.
With his dick out the whole time.
Yeah, dude had his dick out, and he just starts talking to me. And then I'm like really uncomfortably trying to like keep eye contact and like keep it so that I can't see anything down there. And then I'm like getting ready to go in the sauna, and this motherfucker puts on shorts and follows me into the sauna. Though I know the only reason he put on shorts is because you have to have on clothes while you're in the sauna. I'm sure he would have been naked in there too if you could have been naked in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, the reason that I bring it up is because he apparently had cancer, and that's the reason that he had to continue in the Navy. I don't know. It was just fucking weird. If you're any old people listening to this, don't be naked. Just don't be naked. Just be clothed all the time.
And
even
old,
in your house.
Old is 21 and over.
Wow, okay. Thanks, bro.
I'm joking.
I guess I'm old. Fuck me, right? All right, do you have any fucking topics,
Are you older
Brett?
than Lauren? Is Lauren older than you?
Fucking asshole. She's 30, I'm 25.
Wow, she is old. Mm-hmm. So you're the youngest.
My next topic is Modern Warfare Remastered.
Oh, that's a video game. It released on Friday. One Friday. Not this Friday, last Friday. A Friday. None of these are Fridays are relevant.
How much time do you have in that, Brett?
I have 3 hours.
Oh, okay, sure you do.
It's been out for a week.
You might have seen Brett playing this on our YouTube channel, and me telling him that he sucks, and him then saying, "Yeah, I do kind of suck." Because
then eventually I've learned to play hardcore search.
Because at some point he just gets over the fact that he's not the best player in the world. And he just accepts it.
No, it was, once I started playing hardcore search, I've been doing a lot better. Yeah, the game released for a week. I've only been playing for 6 days. I have 1 day and like 3 hours logged or something. That's 27 hours.
So what you're saying is that you enjoy the game?
I mean, I have like 10 hours logged in Dark Souls. I wouldn't say I enjoy the game.
I know you like Dark Souls, dude. You fucking love Dark Souls. You were playing that shit like while I wasn't even there. You're like, let's go play Dark Souls, yeah.
No, because I had
Fuck
to
all
beat
these
it.
other games. Because you what?
I have to beat it.
Yeah. Well, but now you're not allowed to play unless you're streaming, though.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, it's not bad. The controls are still super clunky, and I've been playing it for 10 hours.
Yeah, I think that's just part of Dark Souls, though. I don't think that it's going to be like, oh, you get used to the controls. I think it's just your movement's always going to be really slow, and it's going to feel unresponsive, but you just have to get used to the unresponsiveness.
Yeah, and the problem with that is that that's still terrible game design, and I do not equate that to difficulty. Like, it should not be, a game shouldn't be difficult, because I can't play.
As AV Jen would say, you have to adjust to its crap factor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, the controls are boo-boo. The main story, like the plot is just maybe not.
Just said the controls are boo-boo.
The plot is really, really
The controls are boo-boo. What is the plot, icky, Brett?
The plot is like, I don't know. Apparently you have to look for that shit, like in lore and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't feel like.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go around.
People say, "Oh, it's such a good story. It's all worth it." And if the story's not gonna be told to me, I really don't care. Cause
if I'm gonna have to look for that shit, then it's like maybe write a different story, you guys.
Yeah, I'll
like if I have to go read like 8 books about your fucking story, you might have complicated it a bit too much.
Well, yeah, but that's like Dark Souls. The whole game of Dark Souls. Like I've had people say, the point in Dark Souls is not knowing where to go.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, because that makes me want to keep playing. Because like
that's what I love is being lost in games.
That's my biggest issue. One of my biggest issues is the game. It wants to be an open world RPG, but it really isn't because you just get fucked if you go any way but the main path. Because like my friend's like, he goes, "What path did you go?"
Well,
roommate, and he goes,
anywhere
I said,
but the main path. Like there are places along the main path that you can go, but it always invariably comes back to the main path. It's like a tree, like how there's like the main thing, and then there are branches, and it's like if you go off on like a little twig that's off the main path, you should probably be fine. But if you accidentally go down one of the branches that's off the main path, then you're fucked. You just need to figure out a way to get back to it because you're too far gone. All these enemies are 8 billion levels higher than you.
I don't think it's like that. I think it's like it's kind of like Fallout New Vegas, where Fallout New Vegas is supposed to be an open world, but it really does push you from Good Springs to Prim to Novak because everything around those areas is death claws with like nukes tied to them
it's like,
and
You
raiders.
can't go through this valley. You gotta go this way. It's like, come on, just make a fucking open world.
And that's what the game feels like. Cause it really does just push you a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know which way it pushed me, so I just ended up quitting. But
no, because you and I, because apparently going to Undeadsburg, then going the next route, and the next route, that's just the way to go. And there's a route to do it, but it's finding that route, and it gets annoying because remember I was sitting there going through the undead parish. I fought that demon with that guy with the like 3 ninjas that kept kicking my ass. I don't know if that's like later on or even if that's a main path. I don't know.
But you weren't supposed to go there?
I think you eventually have to go there, but the main plot is to go ring that bell that you ring after killing the gargoyles, and then you have to ring another bell, and then like you go fight the main boss or something, or the end game or something. I don't know.
Dark Souls, the bell ringer. Like what?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what your character's called, the bell ringer? Like how they're always like, oh, the hollowed or whatever. It's like, he's the bell ringer. That's his name.
It's ridiculous. That game it's weird. I mean, it looks good and looks cool, and it feels rewarding to kill a boss.
Fun once you cheat and get that fucking dragon sword thing. Yeah, it's super duper fun.
You are supposed to get that.
Super great. You're a fucking liar, Brett. You're not supposed to know about that. You totally fucking cheated.
I asked somebody else, like how you asked me in Super Mario Bros.
You should get rid of it. No, because we weren't racing. We weren't racing in fucking
now you know where
Super
it is.
Mario
You can grab it too.
3. It wasn't Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario 3.
You can get it too.
Brett, you're a fucking cheater. You're a cheater, and you shouldn't have that sword, and you know it. And the way that I know that you know it is because it fucking costs 10,000 souls to fucking upgrade it.
And
that's
you
like
don't
all
have
sorts. Anywhere near that amount of souls.
I could get that many. That's not hard. I can grind.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah,
you can grind. You can grind for 8 hours. Go ahead, Brett. Grind to get that fucking sword leveled up. See how long that takes you.
I'll just I'll do the soul glitch. I'm joking. I don't know if there's any glitches in that game. Probably is, but
didn't you say there was a duplication glitch?
In 2 and 3 there is. What you do is you have your friend join your game, and then he drops a large soul of the undead, and then he like dashboards or something, and that gives you one, and then it doesn't take one from his inventory, and you just.
So it was like duping in Terraria.
Yeah.
That's dope. But you like the game though.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10.
Like out of what I've played of it, I would give it like a 3. Like honestly. Like, of what I played, because it was just, I didn't know where the fuck to go, and I just assumed that I had to beat that big-ass guy in the armor, and I was just trying to fucking grind the entire time, and it was just all the boring parts of Pokemon thrown into a fucking game.
It really is. Like, it's, like, I restarted, and I'm moving faster, but once I hit that, because I know what I'm doing now, like, I know where to go, but the second I don't, well, no, because I played the parts already. The second I get to the part where I was originally, I don't know where I'm going to go. It's going to slow down to a screeching halt.
So, if somebody was going to go play a game right now, and they had to pick between Modern Warfare Remastered and Dark Souls, that's it? Really?
Okay, actually what we're going to do is you're going to go buy both Remastered and Dark Souls, open your beer, take out Dark Souls, put it on the table, make sure you have sandpaper underneath the disc, and put your beer on top.
Bro, you just fucking said it was a 6.5.
Yeah.
Before that, you said it was a 7. That's not a fucking sandpaper coaster. That's a fucking decent game.
No,
that's a decent game that has a few flaws.
Let me tell you something.
A 7 out of 10 is a fucking C. That's a C, so that's average.
6.5 out of 10 is a D.
So it's below average, but it's not fucking Fable 3. Fable 3 is fucking garbage. I must have really hated that game because that was the first, like when I thought, think of shitty games, that was the first thing that came to mind. Fable 3 was fucking trash.
My brother loved it. I played Fable 2.
Your brother's fucking... You remember when Peyton tried to call your brother and he was like, hey, have you beat Dark Souls?
No, he's like, bro, your brother's beaten this multiple times, Brett.
Yeah, I know. And then he tried to call him and he was
also,
like, have you beaten Dark Souls?
My brother's playing Dark Souls 3, the easier version of the game.
Oh, I thought he was playing Dark Souls 1.
Nope.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's fun. So, wouldn't recommend Dark Souls to anybody, is what you're saying.
I'm gonna call it a guide game, as in get a fucking guide to play the goddamn game. So you don't want to, if you're gonna play it, if you want to, just because it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck if you don't have a guide. It's like playing Zelda without the map. Same idea. Get a guide if you're gonna do it.
Get a guide or cheat like Brett and just look everything up.
That is what a guide does.
But Modern Warfare Remastered, you would recommend to people, even if those people don't get it for free and they have to pay $80.
It's exactly like you remembered Call of Duty 4. If you liked Call of Duty 4, you'll like this. If you don't, you don't. Let me tell you though, there are some crappy game modes in there. Kill confirmed does not hold up in that game, as it doesn't.
I mean, I thought that I just really liked Kill Confirmed, but that did look really boring without score streaks. Like, I guess I really was just point whoring the entire time, is what I learned by watching you. I was like, didn't have a VSAT or anything? Like, what the fuck is the point
there's
of this?
zero reason to go for any of the CAGs. There's zero reason.
Well, I mean, other than winning.
I know,
like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if we wanted to play it and get, like, serious about winning, but it's like, I don't know. But there really is very little incentive to go for them.
And let me tell you, it's the martyrdom got me more than once because it is just natural instinct: kill, run. But it's kill, die
that
because
was
martyrdom.
Funny. You did keep dying from martyrdom. I enjoyed that.
I just wish martyrdom, like they remastered it, where you have a giant ass fucking like that box light from Zombies comes down on you while you're running around the map.
I wish they turned martyrdom into Dead Man's Hand.
I didn't think it was good enough. How about C4 this time?
How about a fucking nuke?
Yeah.
Just give them a nuke when they die. God damn. Modern Warfare 3 was so shit.
See,
it was so shit.
Like, I'm glad they got rid of Painkiller, but Dead Man's Hand was worse.
It was so fucking
I don't know. Painkiller was really bad.
Death streaks? Which was worse, death streaks or support streaks?
Death streaks.
You think so?
Yeah, support streaks had some viability.
I mean, what was the worst death streak? What was like the most unfair one?
Out of all the games, I think I'm gonna. It's between Painkiller and Dead Man's Hand.
Painkiller and Dead Man's Hand are shitty, but there was also one that just made it so you didn't die. It was basically just Last Stand, but it was
you
way
could use
better.
your main weapon.
Yeah, you could use your main weapon and just do whatever the fuck you wanted.
It's like
and then you stood up at the end.
Yeah,
and then you stood up after like a timer.
I mean, they're all so bad. Like Painkiller's ridiculous.
I think probably my least favorite one is still Dead Man's Hand, just because it was... How did you even avoid... There was no way to avoid it. There wasn't like a timer or anything. It was just, hey, I shot you. Boom! Alrighty then. Good shit.
No, I don't know. Painkiller, dude, you could take a Barrett 50 caliber with stopping power and core to the head, and it wouldn't kill because...
Play core, so
I know.
Painkiller didn't...
I know, but it gave you 4 times the normal health. So imagine core health, but times 4.
The support streaks, man. I mean, that fucking Rolling Thunder... getting fucking ballistic vests and shit.
That was such the best kill streak setup. UAV ballistic vest, just roll.
Yeah, it was the reason, Brett. I don't think you understand. It wasn't a good kill streak setup. The reason we used it was because it was fucking overpowered as fuck. That shit was ridiculous. There was no reason for them to put that in there because that's way too much to give somebody just for getting a certain amount of kills.
And it's like, why don't you put UAV in there? Well, UAV took too long to get, so we would just, or counter UAV, so it was like 5 kills, and then our kill streaks reset, and then it would just be another 5 kills, and do it again, and then again, and again.
Yeah.
And it gave you core health and hardcore.
And didn't we also have hardline on, so it was 1 less?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous, dude.
It was 2 and 3.
And then you'd be
2 and 4.
ballistic vest, and then I would stop, and then you wouldn't have any, and then we would lose the round. It'd be perfect.
You remember that still?
Yeah, I do. You're still on this? Really, Donovan? You're still on this? Come on, man.
Yeah, no. So I didn't tell you my run. Whenever I run now at school, I run to the hospital, then I fall down and do all my push-ups and crunches, then I get back up and
run. At the hospital?
Yeah, in their yard. Then I run back to my dorm.
Do you have your weighted vest on still?
No.
Ooh.
50 pounds running. I can only do about like in the cold like that. I can do probably 80% of a mile. Then I have to take a little bit of a breather real quick, and then I have to run again. It's awful.
I would definitely try to do it with the vest. Like,
I just can't.
I just know it just sucks because I know that I'm burning so much less calories when I run now.
I know. I'm still trying to get my running up. So
you go to the hospital and then what? You just like fall down in the parking lot and do your push-ups and
fall
shit?
down in the grass,
just in front of everybody.
Well, there's no one at the hospital. They're all inside. I'm outside. But I figure if I'm gonna die,
damn, dude.
I figure if I'm gonna die.
I mean, I thought that you were lacking self-confidence, but I guess you're just way the fuck up there with that shit. All right, well, I mean, I'm happy for you, and just once again, don't fucking overdo it, man. I don't want you to fucking break your goddamn knee, and then I have to fucking forklift you into the house when you come and live with me. Like, don't fucking do that, all right? Don't fucking do that. Just get on a fucking regular-ass diet. Don't do this shit where you eat, and then you're like, oh, I feel bad. Let me go work out 8 times a day. No, don't do that. That's fucking ridiculous. It's not how the fuck it works.
That is a really bad habit.
It is a really terrible habit. It's an awful fucking habit, and you need to get out of it. Okay, so yeah. My next topic is... I don't even know. I don't have an answer for this one yet, so I'm going to make you answer it first, and then I'm going to try to think of an answer while you're saying your answer. If you had a theme song for your life, what would it be? All right, guess we got a nice little...
one song.
Little text message there. That's
one
great.
song for my whole life.
Well, just your theme song. So, like, play whenever you're doing something awesome. Whenever you're texting Emily or whatever.
Who's that? Mad World sure. by Gary Jules. That's all I can think of right now.
What is it?
I'm going to say Mad World.
Fuck. I'm going to just go for the cop-out and say Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd because it's just my favorite song, and I just... fucking love it. Or it could be just any AC/DC song ever. Like AC/DC is so fucking rad, dude. I was listening to this playlist that I haven't listened to in a long time, and Have a Drink on Me by AC/DC came on. The song is so fucking good. Like, that might be my theme song. I'm just gonna say Have a Drink on Me by AC/DC. That's just so fucking good.
So you're just gonna change like a woman?
Drink on me. It's so fucking good, dude. Alright, so that was a good, solid topic. If anybody else out there has a fucking theme song of their own, go ahead and link it down in the comments. Or SoundCloud.
Email us at...
Email us at Brett... No, I'm just like... Please stop talking
Donovan.
podcast at Gmail is our email, but...
Donovan123.
Nobody's gonna fucking email us, so...
At
I don't
gmail.com.
really give a shit. All right. My next topic is, so how do you feel about Amazon Prime, Brett?
Oh, I love Amazon Prime. It's the best thing in the world.
Okay, now let's talk about you starting a fucking witch hunt against this thing that we have both been so vocally in favor of, that we fucking mentioned on the podcast all the time about how amazing it is. 2-day shipping, fucking Prime Video, fucking all that shit. And then you started a fucking witch hunt against these guys because you didn't get your fucking game like fucking early or whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. I mean, you go ahead and explain the fucking situation and I'll bitch at you.
Okay,
about
so Gears of War came out and it was supposed to be released to my dorm and it didn't. So I asked on Reddit, hey, did anyone else have the same issue happen? And they're like, yeah. So eventually my post blew off, got linked by IGN. I saw this as an opportunity to get more people on my channel and subscribing, so I
listen to that, by the way, on his channel. Doesn't give a fuck about the podcast
No,
at all.
I linked out.
Even though that's supposed to be like his one job is like fucking promoting the podcast and shit.
Dude,
he's just like, ooh, I can get more subscribers on my channel. I can get more subscribers on my channel. I can get more subscribers on my channel. What podcast? What the fuck are you talking about? Podcast? More subscribers on my channel.
It's hard, dude. It really is.
Continue your fucking story, bro.
Okay, so I made this video, and people were like, yeah, like, I don't know. Everyone like kind of commented. I got 5 subscribers. I was like, that was a 20% increase, 25% increase, and
so basically, you didn't get your game on time, so you fucking started leading this campaign, and IGN, which is like the shittiest place, has your back. IGN, which is like the shittiest source for fucking anything gaming related,
like I want to
is on your side.
I want to bring that up.
That's basically
Why
like
did IGN...
you start a fucking political campaign and Hitler comes up and is like, "Hey, I totally agree with what you're doing." Then again, you did say that you like Hitler, so I don't know.
One moment.
Maybe that's like a compliment to you.
One moment. Hello,
Where are you?
Caitlin's.
Oh, are you guys staying there tonight?
Yeah.
All right, well, Grandma's taking us out to breakfast in the morning, so when I know what time, I'll text you.
Okay.
All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
My God, what a bitch! I can't believe she just said that to you, Brett.
I know. So
it's so weird. It's so weird to like hear you interact with her after I hear how you talk about her with me, and then it's just like completely different. Completely different.
because I'm not there. When I get there, she starts getting
Okay.
mad.
Witch Hunt again against Amazon Prime?
Look, I don't know why IGN decided to decide, like, we need a good source of articles for this of people being upset. Let's go to this guy who said Amazon fucked me in the ass. Like, that's what the post was. That's what they linked to. Like, well, come on, guys. Try a little bit hard. Like, they did none of the work. I did all the work.
Yeah, you did all the work throwing Amazon under the bus. We both agree that it's, like, one of the best fucking companies. We had no fucking problems with it, and you're just... The second a little tiny thing goes wrong, you start a fucking witch hunt again.
No, I didn't start a witch hunt. All I did was ask.
Yes, you fucking did! How does it... If other people are having the problem, Brett, how does it help you in any way? My levels are going off the fucking charts because I'm getting mad at you because you're a fucking idiot.
I'm just wondering, did anyone else encounter the same problem?
How does that help you in any way?
I just want to know if it was only me or if it was affecting...
How does that help?
Because it is nice. It is not nice. It is... I just want to know if it was some delay in my state or if it was
Brett,
all.
But how does it help? If you all that you need to know is that it is delayed, all right? And if you talk to Amazon and they tell you it was a shipping problem or whatever, that's fine. But when you go online and you ask other people, oh, was it delayed for you too? That's just starting fucking problems for no reason against a company that you fucking like. I could understand if this was AT&T and you were going on and being like, hey, AT&T fucked me in the ass. Did anybody else get fucked in the ass by AT&T? Hey, does anybody else, DAE, fucked by AT&T? I get it, all right, Brett? I could understand that. But we both like Amazon. You've said so many fucking times how much you love Amazon Prime. And we're like, oh, free 2-day shipping. I buy shit from Amazon all the fucking time. It's the best. Oh my god. What the fuck do you mean my Gears of War isn't here yet? What the fuck? I'm gonna start a crusade. Where's my fucking torch? Give me my pitchfork. I'm gonna fucking kill you guys.
No, it was just
You're a piece of shit, Brett. You're a piece of fucking shit. And you're fucking awful. This is the fucking reason we can't have nice things. Because when we have nice things and something goes slightly wrong, people like you fuck it up for everybody.
One, that video does not exist.
Go fuck yourself. Next goddamn topic. Brett, what would you pay for a full collection of every officially licensed NES game?
I
just added this one in because I know that you like to talk about this shit.
Officially NES game.
Mm-hmm. There's 713 titles.
12,000.
That's it? Like what? Okay, what's a reasonable price for it? Like assuming that you had enough money and it didn't matter, blah blah blah. What's a reasonable price for it?
15,000 at most.
Even for like fucking NWC and shit?
Oh, those aren't officially licensed.
What do you mean they aren't?
They're not officially released. They're not official.
How so?
Because they're not officially released by Nintendo.
I feel like they are. I feel like whatever. So you wouldn't pay. I mean, there's no reason for me to fucking argue about this with you. There are officially released games that are worth like $1,000, right?
Little Samson.
Okay, so that's $1,000 right there, and then you're saying all of the other games are worth $14,000 or less.
I just did it by just doing a simple calculation. I did like 7 times 15 or 713 times 15.
So you'd pay $15 for each game?
Well, a lot of games are under 10.
This is a shitty topic. I shouldn't have fucking made
Yep,
this. Shouldn't have made this a topic.
I really don't know what you want me to say.
I'll fucking take this one. I thought that you had some interest in this. I thought that you might want to talk about it, elaborate on it a little bit. My bad. Shouldn't fucking assume shit. My bad. My next topic is sometimes I have a small existential crisis where I remember that the entire purpose of our existence is just to fuck and have kids, and that everything else is just a bunch of bullshit. And it's kind of weird. You ever have that too?
No. I, see, what's the difference between me and you is I don't suffer from being fucking insane at some moments in my life.
Brett, literally, the only point of all life on Earth is to fuck and have kids.
To me,
that's it.
To
and
me,
every
you
other
only,
thing,
like
Brett,
all the people around
every
me,
other fucking thing is just bullshit. This house, that TV, this fucking microphone, this podcast, it's all a bunch of bullshit. And the only thing that we're supposed to do on this earth is have fucking kids. We're supposed to continue the fucking species. That's it.
I mean, I guess, but to do that, you have to do a lot of other things in your life, so...
Not really. Not really. Everything else is just a bunch of bullshit made to make us feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more secure, or it's specifically designed for the purpose of getting us to fuck. That's all it is.
I want
It's
to
just
elaborate
all
on that
about
second
fucking.
part.
That's it.
Can you elaborate on that second part?
It's all designed to get us to fuck. Like, the TV, everything is designed to... The TV is designed to calm us down, get us into a state where we're not arguing or whatever. We're fucking have common interests. When you watch a program on TV, you're watching it to have a common interest with someone else. It has nothing to do with... Like, entertaining yourself has nothing to do with it. Honestly, it really doesn't. You're watching it so that you can have common grounds with somebody else and you can bond over that shit. And then, if it's a female or if, you know, in your case, if it's another man, you fuck that person. That's the whole point of everything. That's the whole point of all of pop culture. That's pop culture. Popular culture. That's the whole point of all of it. Is just getting us to fuck. Entertainment, getting us to fuck. Fucking houses, getting us to fuck. Cars, getting us to places where we can fuck. That's all it's all about. Getting anybody who wants to get a job, you're getting it so that you can impress people, get them to fuck you. That's all that you're fucking trying to do, man.
There's a lot of plot holes in this one.
And anybody who doesn't do that, anybody who doesn't fuck and have a kid, fucking failure as an organism. Goddamn waste of space.
Huh. So your sister is just better than you at life, then, compared to this idea?
I guess, at this point, yeah.
Infinitely better, because you have 0?
Well, infinity times 0, right? Isn't that still 0?
Nope, different levels of infinity.
0 is still 0, though.
Yeah, but you don't...
levels of 0?
Can't multiply by 0 into infinity, because it's always
because math is a bunch of bullshit, and we're just all trying to get laid. Gotcha.
Explain some limits. I'll do some limit talk on the podcast. So you got a limit, right? No, I won't do that. That'd be boring.
So multiplying infinity by 0 is still infinity?
No, I think it's 0. No, it's undefined still. It is undefined.
God damn it. I'm going to look it up, Vamp.
Because you have to use L'Hopital's rule to get through
Vamp.
it. Okay, so I want to tell a story. I don't really have a story. Okay, look, go watch My roommate tried to tell me a story about how he's like, okay, so let's say you have a sphere, and you drew out infinite amounts of radii from that center, radiuses. It's really radii, but so if you took all the points that aren't being picked up, even though there's an infinite amount of points, you can take all those points and make another sphere. He watched a Vsauce video, and I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He goes, no, it makes sense mathematically. I go... I
literally didn't listen to what you were saying, but yeah, it's undefined. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
It says, so whenever any number is multiplied by infinity, it's undefined.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. So it's just another bullshit rule. Is there an exception to that rule, Brett? How I learned when I was a kid, anything times 0, 0. Turns out, infinity, exception to that rule. Is there an exception to the rule about infinity times something is undefined? When do we get there? Is that calculus 3?
What do you mean? Infinity times something is undefined.
Everything times infinity is undefined. Is what it just fucking said when I
You
looked
can
it up.
define it if you go into L'Hopital's rule, which is...
I just looked it up and it said everything times 0.
Okay,
is
because
undefined.
let's say you have the graph 1 over x squared. Technically, that's an infinite series because the x will go out infinitely because it can't go to 0. Even though it's going to go out infinitely, you can still find area underneath that curve, even though it's going out infinitely because of math and L'Hopital's rule and stuff. Theoretical area, because it's not actual area, because it is going out infinitely and growing infinitely and always increasing in area. But we can still define the area as, like, I think it's 1.
Okay.
So,
I'm just saying, right here, after all, infinity divided by infinity does not equal 1.
it's just infinity. Which would...
How do you prove that infinity divided by infinity isn't equal to 1?
Because there's different levels of infinity, because the infinity between 0 and 1, then those decimal digits are different from... that's how you... To prove it, to get the answer, you would use L'Hopital's rule. It's like a whole idea. L'Hopital did...
What's L'Hopital's rule? You keep just fucking saying L'Hopital's rule.
Essentially, you have f of x on the top of a fraction and g of x on the bottom, and if it comes out to be infinity times 0 or infinity over infinity, you take the derivative and take the limit again. I have to look at it because essentially you take... I think this is right. You take the derivative...
I have to look at it because I'm not doing so hot in Calc 2.
Derivative of the bottom... and you find the limit, and that gives you an actual number, because let's say you have x squared over x, the limit of that is 0, because as you go further to infinity, the top is getting smaller than the bottom is. Well, the top is getting larger, but the bottom is getting more large, so it's going to 0.
You said x squared over x.
No, okay, let's say you have x over 1. If you take the limit of that, that'll just... never mind. Essentially, you gotta look at it like this. Limits... When you take the limit after L'Hopital's rule, you get, like, variables over variables, and you take the limit...
You're having a hard time in Calc 2, man.
Because I can't... I have to, like, sit there and look at
what's
it.
Going on?
I don't have a pen or anything, so I have to, like...
Alright, well, okay. Please stop talking. We're gonna move on to the next topic. The next topic I have on here, very, very actually closely related. Bigfoot? How do you feel about Bigfoot?
Do you actually believe in Bigfoot?
I'm asking you, man. I'm asking you first.
I don't think he's real.
You don't think... Why? Why don't you think he's real?
We would have found him. A lot of not forests around anymore. I think we would have found him at this point, or any traces.
You think
of
so?
him.
Well, wasn't it like really recently, like that they found that there was like a tribe of people living in the fucking jungle that had never been like seen or discovered?
That's a little bit
it was
different.
Like super recently,
because that's one tribe. This is a species of animal that has to have.
Well, it could just be one. It could be the final tribe of Bigfoot. And it's just all fucking in one place that we haven't seen.
No, because of how sightings work and everything, it would be all over the place, and incest will kill them
all.
Well,
but here's the thing: you're conflating the two things. Saying that every sighting has to be real isn't the same thing as saying that Bigfoot's real.
I don't think he's real.
Can you justify it? Please don't be Peyton. Please don't be Peyton, bro.
Because we would have found him by now, and I don't think there's a tribe of Bigfoot just traveling like nomads, just walking around.
No, they don't need to travel. They could just be in one spot, and you know. It's cool if 99.999% of the sightings. I don't know if there've been that many.
But we would have found traces of that tribe.
It's cool if those. It's cool if those are shitty sightings that aren't real, that they're fake, whatever. But no, but that's the thing. That's what I was trying to say with the tribe of people. We didn't discover that tribe of people until very recently. I don't remember what it's called. I could look it up if you want to vamp for a little bit.
No, I'm just trying to say is that we probably found traces of them before. There's no traces of Bigfoot that have been like legitimate.
We didn't actually find traces of them before. They were completely undiscovered.
I don't know, dude. I think Bigfoot's fake. I think aliens... I don't know how I feel about aliens. I don't think aliens have visited the Earth.
You think that they have?
No, I think they haven't.
It was in 2011.
That's like 5 years ago, dude. I don't think of anything before 2011.
2011. So
nothing matters.
All this goddamn time, and these are people that we haven't found. You know how people are like naturally curious and they fucking want to go wander and find shit? These are people with that natural inclination to do that, and we didn't even find them. What if it was like a skittish ass motherfucking big ass ape?
I don't think it's like that. I don't think those are real. Bigfoot isn't real. It doesn't make sense how we would have not found one.
How does it not make sense?
We would have found one.
What if we have? What if there is one sighting out of 100 that's real? That means that Bigfoot's real. You only have to have one sighting be legitimate for it to be real. That's the thing that I think that you're missing, is that you're saying all the sightings are fake. Which, yeah, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, like 99% of the sightings are fake, I would give it to you. All the sightings are fake. But if that one is real, then that means that it's fucking real.
Yeah, but it's not, so...
How do you know, though?
Because we would have found them. I think we would have found them at this point. Been a while.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that if one of the sightings is real, that means that we have found them.
But where's the rest of them? How is there only one?
Well, it could be a dying species. The species could be dying out. Maybe they had a
Why have we
population
not
of
found
like
bones?
50 or whatever, and you know
Bones.
it's been dwindling down
Bones.
recently.
Bones. Why have we not found bones? Explain that. Why
didn't we find bones of the fucking people in the jungle?
Because they're probably all
undiscovered tribe.
They're probably all dying in the same spot. Animals travel.
Well, maybe Bigfoots don't travel. Maybe that's why we haven't found them.
Do you believe that animals can do selfless acts?
I mean, it depends how you define. Are humans animals?
Yes.
I don't fucking know, dude. We've already talked about this on the podcast. Yeah, I think so. I think that there are selfless acts, but I don't think that you're ever going to find them. We've already talked about this. We're not talking about this again.
Okay, I can't
So
remember.
Bigfoot, why don't you believe in Bigfoot?
Because
you haven't justified it.
Nothing,
all you've said.
There's no
all you've
proof.
said is that we haven't found him, and I just keep coming back to this. There are sightings
If we were
all
in
the
Dark
time,
Souls, I would have
even if
invaded you and
99%
killed you
of
40
them
times over.
are bullshit.
Invaded you and killed
Even
you
if
40 times over.
99% of them are bullshit.
I can't wait to fucking play
The
Dark Souls
one
again. I'm gonna fucking
is
kill
fine.
your shit.
Bruh, I don't even have Xbox Gold, so you're not going to be
I'm gonna buy you gold just to fucking kick your ass.
Cool, go for it. I just won't use a fucking humanity, and you won't be able to join.
Okay, well then you'll have every boss fight be really hard.
Okay.
Okay.
Brett, you really don't believe in Bigfoot? Seriously?
No, I don't think he is real.
I've been playing devil's advocate the entire time. You're really shitty at arguing. Bigfoot's not real. The thing about Bigfoot is that to sustain a population of a creature, you need to have a really big community.
That's what I was trying to say.
And
You kept cutting
being
me off.
that Bigfoots are supposed to be like 8 feet tall, it would be really hard for that community to sustain itself. You need to have like 40 fucking members of the community so that it doesn't die out within like a generation. And the only argument against that would be like, oh, they live for 200 years. But that's ridiculous. There's no way an organism that big is going to be living 200 fucking years.
Yeah, no.
Especially a mammal that big.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
that's
how long do whales and shit live for? I mean, I guess it's slightly different, but yeah, I don't really believe in them. I think it's just, but it would be so cool, man. It would be so fucking cool if we found them, though. That'd be so.
Blue
fucking
whale's
awesome.
90 years, so like human
Okay,
life.
yeah. So Bigfoot's not gonna fucking live that long.
No, completely agree.
I mean, shit, like it's basically like a giant, right? Like somebody with giantism, like a person
Yeah,
with
so
giantism.
it's Andre the Giant.
They live like super duper short lives.
Isn't he like gonna die soon or something? He's like destined to die.
Isn't he already dead?
Is Andre the Giant dead?
I think so. But yeah, so we both agree we don't believe in it. You're shitty at arguing. Yeah, I mean, I would love for it to be real. I would love for the Loch Ness Monster to be real. I'd love for fucking everything to be real. I think that would make the world so much more interesting to know that there are these things out there that at once we thought were myths and legends and fake. And then now they're like this real thing. I think that would be fucking awesome. I think it would just make everybody a lot just happier to be alive right now. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a pretty good topic.
Andre the Giant is dead. I was not thinking of him though. I was thinking of the big guy from The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah, I don't even know that guy's name.
Yeah,
That's really big though. All right.
I don't know.
My next topic is extraterrestrial life.
I don't think. I think there is extraterrestrial life. Didn't we find some on Mars that was just like organisms or something? Just like
No, are you talking about that rock?
maybe.
That thing that came down to Earth and it was like you could see inside. It looked like fossilized microorganisms.
Yeah, that.
But there's no way to actually tell that they were microorganisms. Like it could just be weird air pockets in it.
Yeah, that I didn't.
So no, we haven't found. Man, if we found life anywhere other than Earth, we would both know 100% sure. Like, it's not going to be something where it's like, oh, did we find life? No, it's going to be, we have found life. We know that there is other life out there. That would honestly, finding life on other planets might be the biggest achievement of humankind, like, ever.
Yeah. That would be...
Because it's the one thing that's bigger than the Earth itself, right? It means that we now know that
Other things
we are
exist
not the
alone.
only thing. We're not the only hope for the entire universe, right? We're not the only hope for life in the universe. Isn't that fucking terrifying to think that? As far as we know, we are the only hope for living things in the universe.
Real quick, just to say, it's the Great Khali. Dude's only 7'1". Thought he was way bigger than that.
God, dude.
That's
only fucking like 9 inches taller than Price.
And Shaq is like 6 or 7'6" or something. So not that tall. I don't know, dude. Like, it didn't like what's his name, wheelchair guy, Stephen Hawking, say like after like 200 years, if we can live for about 200 more years, we've made it or something. Isn't mortality supposed to be coming up soon? When's that happening? I want to focus on that.
I don't even want to be alive when that happens. I don't even want to have to make the choice of like, do I stay? You know what I mean? That just seems like such a shitty choice to have to make. Like, do I like my life enough to want to live it forever?
Well, I think that like if we could like have a way to like stop, like a eject button.
The thing about it, Oh my god. And then it's like, after that happens, you have to stop procreating unless we have the ability to just put people on other planets and just have them live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough space for that shit. We do not have anywhere near enough space for that shit. I know in like 2 decades we're supposed to be going to Mars, but that's going to be like a test mission. Everybody who goes there is going to die. There aren't going to be any new people made on Mars. We need to have the ability before we can even... I've said this before. I think people live way too long as it is. Honestly, I think that we should... And it sounds fucking terrible. We should cut it off at like 60 or something. But people live way too fucking long. There are too many people on this fucking planet. And modern medicine is amazing. I love it. I love what everybody can do, and they can make everybody's quality of life better. That's awesome. People live too fucking long.
How do you feel about assisted suicide?
I'm for it.
If
somebody wants to die that badly, I think that they should be able to. And it super morbid, terrible thing to say. Helps with fucking population control. Anybody who wants to die should be able to die.
Yeah. Do you know? You know,
I don't think, and I especially hate when somebody fucking like tries to commit suicide and they fail, and then they put them in a fucking mental home. Fuck that. No. How about you fucking figure out why their life is so shitty instead of just making their life shittier? Fuck that.
You know that they make suicide illegal? Like, that's a law because cops can step in and stop it legally because it is illegal. Like, they don't have to have permission to stop it. They can... That's, like, there to get past that idea. If someone says no, then they legally can't touch them. So they make it so they're like, yeah, sure, it's illegal now.
I don't think it should be illegal. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get, like, basically, like, what that sounds like I'm saying is, like, oh, you know, if you're depressed or whatever, kill yourself. I don't think that that's what you should do, but I think that there are people who their lives get to that point, and it's like, it's just easier, and, I mean, I don't want to be the advocate for suicide, like, I'm just saying that there are certain people, like, if you, like, Brett, like, if you have, like, a shitty math grade, and, like, your girlfriend is, you know, whatever, like, your relationship's falling apart, that's not the same thing as, like, somebody who's, like, their entire family died, they just found out they have fucking cancer, they're going bankrupt. At some point, suicide is just the best option, and then when you take that away from them, I understand, like, there's hope in life, there's hope in, as long as you're alive, there's hope for your future, blah, 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 blah. At some point, that hope goes away, and then you're just left with, like, this empty... It's like the fucking Dementor's kiss. They fucking steal out your goddamn soul. The world has stolen your fucking soul, and death is the only fucking
talk
release.
about that. I've always been confused. So, like, if they, like, suck your soul for, like, 10 seconds, are you just 10 seconds less of a soul, or do you get it all back if they don't finish? How does that work?
What they do is they suck your happiness out.
Yeah.
Right? They start sucking out your emotion, or they feed off your emotions. It's actually negative emotions, but they bring your negative emotions to the forefront, and they feed off of that, and it's like sweet, sweet nectar to them. And then with the Dementor's kiss, they pull out the entire soul. Okay. So it's not like they're sucking out Harry's soul whenever they fly by him and start sucking things out. When they suck out your soul, you know that your soul is being sucked out. Like, it's not a part of your soul, it's not, you know, whatever. It's your whole soul.
Okay.
Or it's, I guess in Voldemort's case, if Voldemort got the Dementor's kiss, would it just be like 1/8 of his soul?
It would be that soul for that body.
Right? And then it would be...
Dude should never have died.
That's fucking
Dude
weird.
had 8 fucking chances.
What a fucking plot hole. What a fucking plot hole. So if they sucked out his soul, would his soul still then be in the Horcruxes? Is there a way for him to get his soul from the Horcruxes?
Well, if he gets killed, he can, so yes, right? Like, that's
the thing is that the Horcrux is just... It makes it so that that piece of his soul, whatever part isn't in the Horcrux, stays on Earth, and that he can then use that soul to, like, revive himself in some way. So if his soul is now inside the Dementors, are the Horcruxes just useless?
I thought it was because I thought there could be 2 Voldemorts at the same time, like in Sorcerer and the one with Tom Riddle when he fights Tom Riddle. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the whole point, was that he could be in multiple places and activate any soul at any point, or because he kills the Horcrux. I think the
diary might have been different though.
Because he kills the Horcrux to kill Tom Riddle.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think that at that point, I don't think that J.K. Rowling knew that was a Horcrux. I don't think that she fucking knew that at all. She can come out and fucking say, no, you're wrong. But I don't think she knew that was a Horcrux, dude, and I think if she did, that would have gone a lot differently.
To me, I think a lot of just stuff J.K. Rowling says is just kind of bullshit. Like, I think she's kind of ruined the series a little bit. Like, when she goes, Dumbledore's gay, just to be like an asshole.
Hermione was supposed to be black.
Like, yeah, not she was supposed to be, just I never specified. That was her cop out for the play. She's like, I never specified.
Was Hermione black in the play?
Yeah, that's where that thing came from. Is because they casted a black woman to play Hermione.
Yeah, I kind of want to read that book, The Cursed Child, but I don't know. I really like the original books though.
They definitely get better.
They get better until they get to the sixth one.
The sixth one's
the seventh
good.
one is pretty good. The seventh one is pretty good, but the sixth one is like just way too good. And then you follow it up with the seventh one, and it's like, eh.
Yeah, the movies aren't like that though.
The sixth movie is the worst movie. It's by far the worst movie.
Yeah, because they don't go
bad.
into enough detail of like his life being like, because like you think Voldemort's just kind of a dick, but then it's like he had a really shitty life.
The motherfucking that was the best, by far the best part of the sixth book was the Voldemort parts. And it made it so much darker, but then they're like, let's fucking try to make this movie PG.
Yeah, that's like
what?
That's like I'm glad like I don't know, I'm glad.
You mean the one where Harry fucking shoots Draco Malfoy and he rips his fucking stomach open and blood starts pouring out of him while he's upside down? That's the one you're gonna make PG? That's the one you're gonna make PG.
Is that what happened?
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
forget. I haven't read it in such a long time.
Yeah, he used, because it was a spell in the book that Snape wrote down.
Oh yeah, that one. I forgot that. Yeah, the
Sectum Sempra, I believe was the spell, or it could have been Rick. It was Sectum Sempra, and he fucking shoots him in the bathroom, and then in the book it's like fucking giant gashes come across his chest, and he fucking flips upside down, and he starts bleeding out like on the fucking floor. And then Snape comes in, he's like, what the fuck did you do? Like, what the fuck? He doesn't actually say that. But he's like, what did you do? What's going on? Oh my God. And then Harry's like, I don't know. And then Snape heals him. And then he's like, this is my fucking curse that I made up. This is like the one, that's like how he figures out that shit was going on. Oh my God, the book was so fucking much better. It was so good. The book was so fucking good.
They should have split into like 2 or 3 movies just because it was it's the longest book I've ever read. It's like 900 pages or something.
The 5th book was longer.
Oh,
the
was it?
5th book was the longest of the series.
Okay, then never mind.
And it's so bad. The 5th movie might be my favorite movie, but the 5th book is probably my least favorite book because it's so long and it just drags the fuck on.
What happens in the Order of the Phoenix? He calls Dumbledore, or they pick him up. He joins the Order. Oh, and they go to that place with the globes.
And they go to the house.
Yeah.
His house, right? Sirius Black's house. They go to the Department of Mysteries.
Yeah.
And they try to retrieve the prophecy, but then, oh no, it was a trick. You shouldn't have come here because you're the only person who can retrieve the prophecy, and if you weren't here, then fucking Voldemort wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
It's, the movie is a lot better, and then Sirius dies.
Yeah, he gets
killed. The movie is a lot better than the book, because the book, like I said, just drags the fuck on. It's like 1,200 pages or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a long, long book.
It's a very long book.
It's like
and it's not as good as the 4th one or the 6th one. So it's just like in the middle, like, which I thought the 4th one was good. For some reason, everybody's just on the 4th one's dick. I thought it was good, but
the movie?
It wasn't the best. The book.
Oh.
Everybody was crazy. They're crazy for that shit. Oh my God, I loved it.
I think people just like games.
I think maybe what it was is that was like where the tone kind of shifted. You know, Cedric died and shit, and then it was like the tone shifted to like a more adult thing. So everybody's like, oh, this one's amazing. The 6th book was so fucking good, though. We've been talking about this for fucking too long, though. Way too long. Extraterrestrial life. How do you? So you do think it's out there? You don't think it's out there?
I think it is. I think if it's out there, we're like, I don't know. I'm gonna take this just to take a stab here and say that we're both at the same like distance of reaching each other. You know what I mean?
We're both at the same like technological level, so it's like we haven't got. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I do definitely think that there is intelligent. I'll go not even extraterrestrial life. I'll go as far to say I think there is intelligent life out there.
I don't know about that.
Can't.
I just said extraterrestrial.
Motherfucker, you just said I think that we're both at the same
I said if
place
there
in
is,
reaching each other.
I think that's why, but I think that there is guaranteed extraterrestrial life that probably isn't.
You're saying guaranteed extraterrestrial life, understanding that like some of the best scientists on our planet just have no way of knowing. They're like, it's a fucking coin toss. We're really trying to look, but we have no fucking idea.
Here's the difference between me and those scientists. Those scientists, let me tell you, I read a thing where scientists were trying to figure out why does the crumbs and cereal fall to the bottom of the bag. Like, that was a real taxpayer money thing. And it was either, because the idea was, well, it's smaller and fits through the little holes between the cereal, but it should be on top because it's lighter than the big chunks who should be on the bottom. And that
wasn't real. Go fuck yourself. That wasn't real.
I swear.
They're acting like it's a fucking fluid. No, that's not how buoyancy works, and there's no goddamn scientist in the world who would take that fucking project on. Unless they were just doing it for the money and they were going to be like, yeah, let me take the money and then I'll tell you exactly why it is without even doing any research. And then I'll use the money for my actual project. It's because it falls through the fucking holes. Buoyancy has literally nothing to do with it. That's fucking gravity. It's not a fluid.
Yeah, but the gravity would pull the bigger ones to the bottom, not the other one.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's not how that works at all. It's pulling everything down to the bottom. And as the big ones sit on the bottom, since it's not perfectly aligned, the powder goes through down to the bottom and it fills in the spaces at the bottom.
Yep, but that was the whole research.
Brett, that's fake science. That's fake bullshit science. I'm talking about like Neil deGrasse Tyson, fucking Stephen Hawking. You know, Stephen Hawking said that if there is extraterrestrial life out there, we shouldn't try to meet them.
Yeah, Bernie said the same thing.
Doesn't that seem super unscientific?
Yes, but
then again, they do research about fucking cereal boxes. I think that we should try to meet them, and there are people who are like, what if we introduce some microorganism that they aren't prepared for? I'm like, fucking same thing happened to the Indians, you know. If you're not prepared for it, it's kind of your fault.
I guess.
And that's one thing that I get pissed off too when people are like, oh, we fucking killed all the Indians. It's like, no, we didn't really kill off the Indians. A lack of immunity killed off the Indians.
Yeah.
Like I know that there were some instances of people being like, oh, they don't have, you know, like, let's give them these smallpox blankets or whatever. There were some instances of that, but the vast majority of Indians who died from smallpox died just through accidental contact.
Yeah, that's...
Like, you know, people go on about this. We gave them blankets. The reason that they died is because we contacted them. So do you want us to just not contact the fucking people on the planet that we live on because we're scared of fucking giving them disease? And back then, we didn't know shit. We didn't know shit about that shit back then. There's no way we were going to be able to tell, oh yeah, if we go and fucking talk to these people, shake their fucking hands, they're all going to die. There's no way we could have fucking known about that. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy.
So, you think that there's extraterrestrial life out there, and you don't think there's intelligent extraterrestrial life out there?
I said there's guaranteed extraterrestrial life. I don't know if there's intelligent extraterrestrial life.
I'm going to say that I think that there is... I mean, you saying it's guaranteed, like, it means the same thing as saying you think that there is out there, because you don't know.
No, I do know.
Like, there's no... I'm going to say that I believe that there is intelligent extraterrestrial life out there, and I just think that probably they evolved in a different way than we did, so we're not... You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, they're not doing the same shit that we're doing. And by intelligent, I don't mean like us level. I mean like a bunny or something. Like something that has a functioning brain and it can react to things.
Okay, then I guarantee you that there is extraterrestrial life that is intelligent.
Okay, that's what I think.
Okay, I thought you meant like our level of intelligence, and I'm like,
No, I didn't mean that.
Oh, wait,
I think that that's out there. I don't think that it's guaranteed. I mean, I'm not that arrogant to just be like, oh, I know 100%. But I guess you are, so that's fine. All right, so my next topic. I know that I said that we should...
Hold on. 25 minutes.
Jesus fucking Christ. This is why you guys don't get podcasts, by the way, is because Brett has this ridiculous schedule. My next topic, I know that we said that we shouldn't talk about Rooster Teeth or anything, but this is something that has been bugging me for literally years, and it's from the Drunk Tank podcast, and I'm going to ask you if you remember this. Do you remember on the Drunk Tank podcast when they talked about toweling off? Like, how do you towel off?
Oh, that was episode 150-something, because I think I just listened to that episode. Okay.
And they talk about it, and they're like, do you have a system for toweling off when you get out of the shower? Right? Is like that's what they were talking about?
Yeah, they're like, do you do your... No, well, because I think they were...
Do you have a system for when you get out of the shower when you towel off?
Yes. I go from top to bottom, from my hair down, because if you don't...
Okay, wait. I do that same thing, too. On the podcast... They said, and they pretty much all agreed. I think there was one person who was like, yeah, I go from top to bottom. And everybody just jumped on him. And they were like, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, no,
that's so dumb. You're scared of germs, blah, blah, blah.
That was Gavin, because he said,
Okay, fair enough. I don't really care who it was. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to get into specifics. No, I'm just saying that they said this, and they were completely fucking wrong.
He was saying...
They were completely fucking wrong, because they were saying that it's about, like, germs, and you're an idiot if you fucking, you know...
Use your balls on your face.
Do it because you're scared of germs, blah, 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 blah. The reason that I towel off from top to bottom, and it's probably the same fucking reason you do it, is because if you don't towel off your fucking hair first, there's water in your hair that drips on the rest of your fucking body, so you have to towel off more.
Yeah, I do exactly that. I go from top to bottom because the water drips. Because gravity.
Because gravity! Because fucking gravity!
And it just keeps going. So I go top to bottom. It's not like if gravity worked the other way, I'd go for my feet up, but I don't.
Absolutely. If that's the way that water dripped, I would go from the bottom to the top. I would go, if water dripped from inside of my asshole to the rest of my body, I would clean inside of my asshole first, and then I would clean the rest of my fucking body.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with germs, and if you don't wipe from top to bottom, you're an idiot who doesn't understand fucking gravity.
I really thought that too. Like, I'm like, why? What? Does not everyone go from top to bottom?
It made me so fucking mad, and I got so personally offended by it. I wanted to, like, write them a letter and be like, you guys are fucking stupid. You don't understand physics on even the most basic level.
You should.
This is literally, it's not even physics. This is common sense, isn't it? Am I wrong here saying this is common sense? Is this too advanced to be common sense?
No.
Good. It's fucking not too advanced to be. It's common fucking sense, and these people are fucking idiots. Everybody who was on that podcast making fun of, I guess it was Gavin, for toweling off from head to toe.
No, he was.
You're fucking dumb.
He was toweling off because he's like, I towel off head to toe, but his reasoning was he doesn't want to get his balls on the towel.
I don't care about his reasoning. I'm just saying that them saying, oh, I just do it however. It's completely inefficient. You're going to waste a shit ton of time by fucking toweling off the bottom, and then you go to the top, towel off, and then, oh wait, the bottom's all wet again. Let me towel that shit off again. And the thing is, I towel off my top, and then I towel off everything else, and then by the time I'm done doing that, I probably have to towel something else off, like on the top. You know what I mean? Just because it's like humid in the fucking room. So obviously I have no problem with toweling off my fucking balls or whatever, and then toweling off my hair.
Yeah,
I probably towel off like 8 times before I fucking put on my clothes.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask you this question. Be a little bit personal. Do you use the same towel twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use the same towel for a week and then I wash it.
Okay, I do it 3 times, then I wash it because
I use it for a fucking week and then I wash it because it's fucking. There's a Dilbert comic. Have you seen the Dilbert comic, Brett?
No.
So there's a Dilbert comic where they're like arguing about this, and then it's like a lady, and she's like, you don't wash your towel after you use it? And then the guy goes, think about it this way. Just logically, when I get out of my shower, I am the cleanest thing in my house. So, by rubbing the towel on myself, I am making the towel cleaner. Therefore, I never need to wash the towel, and anytime I do so is, I don't remember how it goes, but I love the logic of it. Obviously, it's flawed, but I just don't. It's not like I'm waiting for it to get like really musty or anything. I just wash it whenever I do laundry.
I have 3 towels, and I just switch them out every 3 days because of mildew. But yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get mildewy is the thing. Like it doesn't.
Mine do.
Right now, it doesn't smell mildewy.
Mine do.
Yeah. So. Drunk Tank, you're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Hey, dude, you should write them that letter, because maybe they'll chastise you on the podcast, then hire you, because that's what they did for that one guy. So, go do it, dude.
All right, cool. Don't want to keep talking about Rooster Teeth. I just want to bring that one thing up, get it off my chest. My next topic is I did vegetarian September, where I just didn't eat any meat for all of September.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Yes, I do. You don't have money. Okay, fine, fair enough.
It wasn't that bad, because the thing about it is that I never got meat anyway. Like, they wouldn't, even when my sister was giving me food, they wouldn't save me any meat. So I would just have to eat, like, rice or whatever.
Yeah.
If they saved me rice. So it wasn't that bad for me. I could see how it would be bad for, like, it might be bad for somebody else. For me, it really didn't have much of an effect at all. And I mean, even now, I don't even know if I've had any meat for the entirety of November. Like, I'm still, I guess, like, I had some in October because I made some beans with bacon in them. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's just, I don't even know why I acted like it was a big deal, because I don't get any
for
meat.
Me, that'd be a lot harder. I do love meat. Like when I'm at school I'm dieting,
it might help me lose weight, but it didn't. So.
Like when I'm at school and I diet, I eat salads, but I will grab, like, if they have like fish or something, I'll grab fish.
I don't fucking like fish.
I do. I like seafood.
I know that I should try to start liking fish, but I just hate it.
We have like special nights where we have to have a ticket to eat the meal. Like you use a meal swipe and you can use as many, it's a buffet style, but then like they might have steak or salmon, and you can only have one. So salmon's okay. I don't think it tastes any different than other things. So
okay, so that was kind of a dumb topic, but I basically just wanted to let people know I went vegetarian for an entire month. Anybody who complains about being a vegetarian is a fucking stupid piece of shit. It's not that hard.
Just don't
let them lie to you.
Like if you're complaining about it, it's probably not the lifestyle for you. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, or if. Like, then the other thing is, like, if they come up and they're like, ooh, why aren't you vegetarian? Just be like, stop it. It's not a big deal. Shut the fuck up. I don't know.
You know that documentary Food Inc. that people like? Oh, have you seen Food Inc? The animals.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
okay,
I know about it.
Okay, like they have animals just flooded in cages. That's like not realistic. Like if you ever like actually do like research, that's like 5 farms in the United States. It's not like barely any farms actually.
Yeah, but
do
isn't
that.
it like the biggest farms though?
I don't know. I probably haven't seen it in a long time, but it's people think
like the popular vote versus the electoral college vote.
I want to talk to you about that actually because we're here. I've always said.
Are we just done? How about you? Can you just finish your thing about the vegetarian thing real quick?
It's
and
just
then we'll talk
people look at that like, oh, this is what they do to you, and I'm like, not all meats, not rarely actually any farms do this because it really is bad. And
I think that is, but that's like the biggest farms, dude. Like those are the people who like make it for like Tyson and fucking Butterball or whatever. Like those are the ones that make it for like the big companies where people like buy that meat,
dude,
from the store. I understand that the vast majority of farms are not like that.
I'm pretty sure.
But those are the ones that are producing the most meat.
I'm pretty sure those farms could do that to kids and still not be as bad as Nestle.
Yeah, pretty much. They could just Nestle is fucking good. I hate Nestle so fucking much, dude. Fucking hate Nestle.
And it fucking sucks because they make Nesquik and it's delicious.
No, it's not. Don't buy Nesquik. He's lying. He hates it. Don't buy it. It's garbage. Go buy other different things. Buy milk. Buy fucking chocolate syrup. Mix that shit up in there. Pretty close. Or buy hot cocoa and then just let it get cold.
One time the power was out and I have an electric stove, and so I tried to make hot cocoa and mix it with milk because normally I heat up the milk, but you have to constantly stir it so it doesn't curdle. And I tried to pour the packet in, and so I just had like this like powdery milk with chocolate powder on top.
But then, did you drink the whole thing though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. I feel bad about like wasting that shit. It's like, I tried it, you know. I'm not gonna fucking make somebody else pay for milk.
Like whenever I pour cereal and then I go grab the milk and there's none, it's like I guess I'm having dry cereal for breakfast.
Yeah. And the worst is when you pour like a little tiny bit and it like gets on the cereal. You know what I mean? Like if there's no milk left, it's like, all right, I'll just pour this back in the box. But if you pour like a tiny little splash on it, it's like, alrighty then. I guess I can maybe put water in it, like, or realistically, it is just dry cereal. It's the worst. All right, so vegetarianism, not hard. You want to talk about the Electoral College?
Yeah. So I've always had the opinion of get rid of the Electoral College. But recently, I've kind of been swayed back to keeping it. I'm gonna say because the Electoral College really does protect the little guy and he makes your vote.
It doesn't.
Well, because let's say I'm a politician and you're a farmer, and I said, you know what? All farmers are going to have a 20% cut on produce. That ruins your business and you hate me. But then cities are like, yes, do that because now I don't have to pay as much for my produce and I can buy more, be healthier, and then I win all these votes. And because there's more people in the cities than there are in the farms, and so they can't vote against me, and I just win by fucking over
right, but that's the thing is there are more people, American citizens, who in California, they basically get a fifth of the vote that some motherfucker in, like, Wisconsin or whatever, like a really shitty, dumb state. People in, like, Los Angeles will get a fifth of their vote. That's ridiculous. We should absolutely get rid of that system. Everybody's vote should count equally. You're acting like it's city versus city or state versus state. The election should be about who the most people want to be in that office. And this isn't me saying, oh, I was pro-Hillary. I was anti-Trump. I mean, let's just get that out of the way. I was anti-Trump. You shut the fuck up. Brett was, oh my god, go watch the streams. He might have fucking deleted it. This motherfucker was pro-Trump, and now that he fucking sees how shitty Trump is, creationist, fucking
no, I've never said that. I'm not
global warming denier, fucking what else? What was the other thing? Oh, Trump thinks that vaccines cause autism. Trump actually fucking believes that, and this is the fucking guy that Brett was defending. I'm just fucking saying, if we didn't have the Electoral College and this shitty system where some people have less of a vote than other people, then that wouldn't have happened. And I think that that's wrong, and it doesn't matter who won. I think that it's wrong that there are people in this country who get less of a vote just based on where they live.
Did you hear that thing where
I think it should be based... Popular vote gives everybody one vote. It doesn't matter where the fuck you live.
Did you hear that thing that they're going to try to have Hillary... Or they're going to have a poll... Or I forget what it is, but like Congress can call a recount for the Electoral College, and they can have Hillary maybe win, or they can have the Electoral College's vote changed, and so they...
Yeah, well, the thing is the Electoral College doesn't vote yet.
Yeah.
We did the popular vote, and effectively what it is we're projecting that Trump is going to win, as long as the members of the Electoral College vote in line with the popular vote.
Yeah, there's only been 100.
They could just vote for whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they've only had.
They don't have to elect Trump.
121 people who haven't voted for the people they want. So they had that though, and this guy, they're like, oh, we can get him to change, we can get him to do it, even though it's gonna be bad, but they can get him to do it. Would that work if she conceded? Because she conceded, right? That was
Did she? I don't know if she. I don't really know how that works, to be honest with you. Because did she formally concede, or could they all write in? Could the Electoral College write in Harambe and then a dead gorilla is our president? Is that a thing that could happen?
His vice president would take over.
Okay, and his vice president is
the zookeeper.
Who? Is it Cecil the lion, right?
No,
Cecil the lion is his vice president.
It's the zookeeper, the guy who took care of him.
It's that kid who fell into his fucking pen.
Okay, and then mommy and daddy help him out. So there you go.
So, I mean, I just think that we should get rid of if not for the reason that it makes some people's votes worth less than other people's, because that's what I'm for. I'm for individual rights. I don't give a shit about state. I don't give a shit about federal. I don't give a shit about cities. I'm for individual rights. And people are like, oh, if you do that, then people are just going to campaign in the biggest cities. I'm like, why the fuck do you care? It's all on television anyway. Go on fucking YouTube. You can watch literally every fucking campaign stop that they made. They don't need to come to your fucking city. Quit being so fucking arrogant. They didn't come to fucking Guam. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. They didn't come to fucking Guam because nobody here can vote. That's fun, right? I don't give a shit. I still support one candidate more than the other based on their policies. And that's the only thing that should matter, but apparently it's not. Apparently we have this fucking... If we're not getting rid of it for that reason, for the reason of it makes people's votes worth less than other people's, which I think is more than enough reason, we should get rid of it for the reason that the Electoral College can overturn the popular vote. It can overturn even the projected vote that we have right now. They could elect Hillary Clinton. They could elect whoever the fuck. They could elect Harambe. They're not going to elect Harambe.
It'd be great if they did.
But they could if they fucking wanted to.
I would really want to know.
And you don't think that's a little bit stupid, Brett?
No, I think that's stupid.
There are just these people that nobody knows who the fuck they are. They're just these people who are like, we get to pick who's president.
I think there's problems with both, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
What are the problems with the popular vote?
Again, that you only do shit for the cities, because then you lose the vote of the farmer, but the city people, which are more people, will want to vote for you because you're helping them out, and the farmers don't matter.
Okay, well, the farmers matter because the farmers supply food, and if you're going to fuck over the farmers, then people in the cities aren't going to have food.
But the farmer has to keep doing it for his living, so it's very hard to switch.
Well, I don't understand what the fuck that even means.
They're not.
The farmer needs to keep doing it for his living. It's very hard to switch.
Very hard to switch jobs.
Okay, I'm just saying that if you fuck over the farmers, that fucks over everybody else. I mean, and it's just dumb. And I don't think that people are gonna be like that, where they're like, oh, hey, these people are neglecting everything over there. Let's vote for these people. I don't think that that's how it's gonna be.
I don't know, dude. I think it's...
And I mean, and if they do that, then isn't that what they do right now? They just try to pander to the most people possible.
Dude,
that's
I think
the
Trump,
same thing they do
I
now.
think Trump won because Hillary didn't campaign in small states enough.
I think Trump won because people are just pissed and they're like, oh, he's not a politician, and they somehow see that as a benefit rather than a fucking downfall. I think that's ridiculous. I love how so far we have 3 topics that we're not supposed to talk about: politics, Rooster Teeth, and people that we know personally. Have we talked about all of them? We've talked about all of them.
Have we talked about people we know personally?
Yeah, we talked about my sister. We talked about Emily. We talked about...
Who's Emily?
Fuck. You're the chick that you're trying to smash, dude.
Whoa,
yeah,
no.
The chick, the chick that you're trying to get in with?
No.
Do you want to keep fucking doing this, Brett?
Nope.
You want to keep going?
I gotta go.
Really? You have to actually go?
Yeah. Good. I think it's a good point to end. We're in politics, and we're getting a little too close to even more danger, so I think it's a good time to end it.
You don't want to end on a more positive note than fucking politics?
Fine, let's end on a positive note. What do you want to end on? What's a good thing for the news?
Let's end on... My next topic is stupid fucking kids at Go Play just fucking sitting there and then taking pictures of themselves pretending to play.
Is that a thing people
do? So I was
do?
at Go Play, this place where there's a bunch of inflatable fucking things that you jump on and shit, they're a bunch of moon bounces, and there were these fucking kids there, and they had their fucking phones, and they were texting the entire time, and they were just sitting there. They weren't jumping around, they weren't playing, they were just sitting on the moon bounces and texting on their phones. And then every so often they would get up and pose for a picture, and then they would just go back down to fucking sitting down texting.
Why were you there?
They fucking paid to be there. My sister took me there. It was a long time ago that I wrote this fucking topic down. A long fucking time ago.
Okay. Yeah, that
Can
is...
you believe that shit?
That's
is that
weird.
just the
Dude.
Is that just the way that the fucking world is now?
Dude, there's this thing called Sky Zone where I live, and it's just tons of trampolines, like, on the walls and shit, too. So you can, like, run and jump and bounce off the walls. And there's dodgeball. Hell yeah, I'd be playing dodgeball. Fuck my phone. I'll fucking keep that shit in the car.
No, Brett. You just sit on your phone, and then you grab a dodgeball, and you pose with it, and you have your friend take a picture, and then you throw the ball down on the ground, and you sit back down with your phone.
Dude.
That's literally what they were doing. It's like, how fucking pathetic are you? How desperate are you for fucking validation and attention from people that you have to fucking pretend to be doing this thing that you're not doing? If you aren't interested in doing it, don't pretend to be interested in doing it, because then, you know what that leads to, Brett? That leads to somebody who is actually interested in it being like, hey, I love that thing. And then they're like, hey, do you want to go do it? And then you go with them, and then you're sitting there on your phone, and then they're running around, jumping around, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh, this is what I do when I come here. I sit on my goddamn phone. Hey, can you take my picture so I can post it on fucking Facebook, and everybody can like my Snapchat or share my fucking Vine or whatever? It's
I have
fucking
no idea how Snapchat works.
stupid as
Take
shit.
a word on it. Yeah, that's...
I don't fucking know.
That's
I've never
dumb.
used Snapchat in my goddamn life.
We're both old.
Hey, I should face swap with the ball. Let me fucking face swap. It'll be my face on the ball and the ball on my face. I fucking hate every goddamn
When
thing
I
about
was
this
texting
generation.
your-
And I'm apparently an old person, I guess. I don't give a shit. Fuck it.
When your sister was messaging me, she was telling me, she's like, I love Snapchat. I love doing the face swap thing where you can have, like, all the filters. I was like, okay. I don't know what you want.
I fucking, yeah. I mean, you know how I feel about my sister, Brett.
Yeah.
So, seems pretty in line with what I just said, right? Like,
She seems like the kind of... Oh, yeah, you feel very, very...
I fucking hate this generation so fucking much.
Yeah.
I really do.
They are shitty.
I hate every goddamn thing about them, and I don't even think it's their fault. That's the thing, is I think that it's
Just...
all the fucking technology makers and this fucking app culture that we've designed. I fucking hate it, where they're just out to get fucking likes and follows, and they're looking at the metrics. They're just fucking staring at their subscriber count all the time.
And
Just looking at it,
and
and
the
they receive validation from the subscribers.
and the scale. And the scale.
And the scale? Yeah. I mean, at least the scale is like a venerable goal. But like, what do you gain if you get like 2 subscribers in a day? You get nothing. When you lose weight, at least you're making yourself healthier. Whereas getting 2 subscribers on your YouTube channel is like, oh,
Dude,
I
I really do have a problem with that scale. I really should just get rid of it.
you should get rid of it, and then you should go like to the gym or something and use their scale, or just use it like once every 2 weeks or something. That's what I do. That's basically what I do. Probably more like once a week, because I'll probably weigh myself at the gym like once a week, and then on the next week I'll weigh myself at the debt meeting.
I don't know.
I just like to weigh myself. I like to weigh myself on the off weeks, because I just like to see where I'm going. You know, like if I need to fucking cut shit out, like if I need to do whatever. But
Yeah.
you do need to cut that shit out, though. You do that way too much.
I do.
And then fucking eating so much that you feel guilty about it, and then fucking destroying your body with exercise the next day.
Well, when I say I eat too much and I
That's
feel
not
bad about
healthy.
it, I mean, like, I just have, like, I had a salad and a tuna sandwich, and I felt bad, so I just ran.
Well, that's called anorexia, Brett. That's what that is. Your body needs food to fucking live. So having a salad and a tuna sandwich, totally okay. But when you get to the point where that makes you feel guilty, that's called an eating disorder, and you need to figure that shit out real quick.
Oh my god, it's so bad. Okay, I'm gonna end on that. That was depressing for me.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, comments, email us at
Concerns.
pleasestoptalkingpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on SoundCloud. Subscribe on Facebook. That's not what I meant to say. Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. I think we have a Facebook
We
page.
do?
Brett's supposed to be doing that shit.
We also have a
he
Twitter.
doesn't do his fucking job because he's a sack of shit. Tell your friends about us if you think they would enjoy the podcast.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you, don't tell your friends, just make, like, posters and hang them up in your school. That's all you gotta do.
Tell your friends about us if you think they would enjoy the podcast. Brett has no idea how the fuck to do marketing. Or maybe he does. Apparently he knows how to market a Gears of War YouTube channel, because that's all that he is now. And then he cries and fucking backpedals whenever he posts something that they don't like, and he loses a subscriber. You literally like apologize, and you're like, guys, please come back. Please come back to my channel. It was a test stream. Guys, please come back.
No.
That's what you fucking did, dude.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm hungry. And I'm gonna go run.
All right. You have fun, man. Okay, but real quick, this will probably be like the last podcast for a few months.
At least from us two, I'm gonna maybe get something else going with.
I mean, it's the thing about it is that the reason that we are recording right now, the reason that we can record is because everybody in my sister's family left to go to the kids' soccer games, so they don't have soccer anymore. This was their last game, and that means that we aren't even going to have like the hope of recording on Saturdays, which is what we had before. So now it's back to, we just need to wait for them to all be out of the house, and we need to wait for Brett to be out of his dorm or whatever so that we can try to record.
I know, but once you go to
it's possible that there will be another episode, but it is not very likely.
If I'm going to try to cover and fill up what time that...
Brett, also, hey, Peyton, you're not allowed to be on the podcast until you give me my $50. I'm telling you right now, you aren't allowed to be on the podcast. Peyton owes me $50. He wants to be on the podcast. Not allowed to be on the podcast until he gives me his $50.
You can...
What guests are you going to try to get, Brett?
I'm going to try to get Tyler. Just interview about the AK-74U for an hour.
Oh, because he's your favorite. He's your best friend.
No, right, I'm going to get...
No, that's fine. I thought that this was a best friend project, but I guess...
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I guess you can just fucking have a different best friend. That's fine. No, it's fine. I already have a replacement, so it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, I'll see you later.
All right. See you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Bye. Not as funny as I am.
Not as funny as me last night when I'm just like... like, I really like got like quiet and depressed. I was just...
That shit was so fucking funny to listen to, though. It probably wasn't funny for like anybody but me to listen to, but just to hear you go... I would just like it noted that I would like it noted how many captures I have, like just like you're like in a court of law, just like, motherfuckers, if we lose this, I want everybody to know it wasn't not me.
Like the last one when I even said fuck it, I don't want to play the objective. I immediately couldn't do it. Like I felt so bad. So I switched right.
Like you got out your sniper. You're just like fuck it. All right, so what? All right, you gonna introduce it? This is episode 5.
I don't know if you've noticed how bad I am with counting episodes in my recent like map series. I'm just like, this is episode 4 or 5. Just pick whatever.
That was just fucking.
Not. This is reclaimed exclusive to Gears of War 4, where 9 out of 10 maps are. So that's irrelevant.
So that's not really relevant.
Okay.
All right.
And a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 2, 3, go.
Me? I'm doing it?
And a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2,
okay.
3, go.
Alright, guys, this is Donovan with... Fuck, I was gonna say coming at you. Why the fuck do I keep... That's like...
Here, tap me out. Hold on. Okay. What's up, guys? This is Brett, and the other guy who can't actually talk because he's mentally challenged because moving to Guam sucks. We're bringing to you episode 5, I can count. And, yeah, we're gonna lead right into this. We gotta go. We gotta move fast. We gotta go fast. Okay, go, Donovan, go.
I can't talk. Oh, don't want to. Why do you always do that? You start off the episode like, this is me and I'm by myself. Like, you give me like no reason to actually talk, and then you're like, here, like, I don't know. It's just,
go.
I don't know. It seemed like a shitty intro, but
it's better than your shitty one.
So we're going on to the news, I guess. I mean, it's not... I just keep... I don't know why I keep saying that, but it's just like... I don't know. I feel like I would have done better on a second try, but I guess if you want to just have that shitty one where you call me retarded for no reason, that's fine.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3,
call me
go.
fucking retarded for... And your shitty countdown is shitty, too. Don't fucking count it down. I'll do it myself. Don't tell me when the fuck to start talking, alright? I'm not your slave. Do whatever the fuck I want.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, and 3, 2, 1. Okay, so... Alright. Do you want to stop making whatever fucking noise that is, champ?
Yeah, sorry, I was filing.
Why?
I don't know. I got distracted.
Scooch my mic a little bit back.
You ever? What was I gonna say? Something. We had assisted suicide.
Something.
Blah,
Dot.
blah, blah, blah,
Something.
blah.
Yeah, that'd be.
And so
my niece just walked in. Do you want to take a little? Can we take a break? Are you even allowed to take a break at the library, or is that?
I can.
Okay, because I was just gonna tell her that her mom just called. Literally right before you walked in, she finished the message that she was leaving, so she just called. So you can call if you want, but I would still like to record the podcast. No, I'm taking. We're taking a little break. So we're staying here for a little bit. God damn it! I just want to record one full podcast.
Celine, I will get her. Be like, hey, Brett will be like, get you a pack. He lives down the street, and he'll get a cent. Just a pack of whatever she wants: gum, Pokemon cards. One pack.
One pack. I really just I would just like to one time record like a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how do you think the library thing's going?
I don't know. I mean, it's not as good as when you were at your house, but it's definitely better than the dorm.
I don't know. I feel like the topics I feel like the problem with these topics is they're just not interesting anymore because like I've thought about them for like a billion years now, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Our game starts in an hour, so I have to get ready.
Celine, can you give me 30 minutes?
Donovan, I literally said I'm gonna faint out there.
30 minutes.
No.
Pretty please. Pretty please. What? Okay, guess we have to stop. Because my niece is being mean! This is just... She said record quieter.
This is depressing.
Dude, I told you we shouldn't start this shit while I'm in Guam. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I told you that.
I know.
But I mean, I guess think of it this way, right? I mean, at the worst, I'm going to be here until the end of February, and then I'll be in boot camp for 2 months. And then after that, I'll have my own room in whatever A school I go to, and I'll be able to record there.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'll move in with you, dude. If you want to be roommates, I'll fucking move in with you and get out.
I have to. So. Honestly, I would be totally cool with that, but you can't move into the A school with me. What I would have to do is after I get out of A school, because basically I'm in a dorm for that entire time. After I get out of A school, I get a housing allowance, and I would probably be able to afford like a 2-bedroom apartment, like just on my housing allowance alone. So I could just get a 2-bedroom apartment, and we could just live in a fucking apartment. It'll be dope as shit.
Yeah. I mean, literally, we wouldn't need furniture. Like, a living room, we would just have, like, fake furniture, like pictures of a couch and pictures of stuff, and then we could just have our rooms.
I would have... we just have... Like, just... Because we'd never be out in the living room, so it's just...
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but yeah. I don't... Honestly, if you want to do it, I don't give a shit.
Dude, I'm a great roommate. I clean everything. I'm very, like, clean.
I clean. I'm only up playing games until 3 in the morning. No later.
I was up till 2:30 playing games. 3 a.m. listening to music. And I was listening to it. I couldn't hear it when I was playing because I had my headphones on. When I watched that live stream again to find the part where I just go... Like, when I go, you guys shoot over my heads, and then I just die, and I go...
I love that fucking part, dude. It's so good. It's so good.
Like, it wasn't me even exaggerating. It was just really what I wanted. Like, I just...
It literally just, every time you did it, it just sounded like I would not have to deal with this shit if Donovan was on my team right now.
Because, dude,
not have to deal
the
with
biggest
this
problem for me was, did you see how many times I was a second away from capping? Like, if they were just on it for a second, we would have capped. And
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah, it was just literally just... That happened to me. I mean, you're just preaching to the choir right now. Like, that is my experience playing.
I was with a party.
Whenever I played fucking anything solo, and that's the only way that I ever played, unless you were online. It was literally just me going for the objective and nobody else doing shit. And every time it'd be like, all right, guys, watch my back. I'm defusing the bomb. All right, I'm almost there. Oh, okay, I'm fucking dead. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I don't know why we have mics if we're not going to use them to communicate, but
like if you watch the last stream I did with Tyler, the latest one,
I started watching that one. I got 30 minutes in and we started recording. Yeah,
we play search eventually.
Good.
And
good. I like search. I was gonna tell you, I prefer search. I prefer search to watch, and I prefer search to play. I love search.
Like domination. I played a domination game. I started out going 1-6, and we were losing because the team they decided to throw us. It was 3v3. Then 3 people joined, and it shoved them all on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, and so I got 1-6. Then I come back trying to I try everything. You know how there's like ways to
Are you talking about domination, or are you talking about that team deathmatch match where you were 0-6 and you ended up coming back to be like 34-14?
No, I went because it was on ambush, and I tried because we were being dominated or being spawn trapped, and I tried everything to break the spawn trap to grab B. Like the first thing you do is you try to grab B. That doesn't work. What's the next thing you do? Go for the 2 separate objectives like A and C. That didn't work. So then I tried the last thing that I can think of is just try to get kill streaks. Mm-hmm. Just to get something in the air and scare them off. And I couldn't. I finished that game 52-13. And I couldn't fucking get lost. Because I couldn't. I tried everything. And it was like I was jumping on the flag. Eventually I said, I can't jump on the flag right now. I'm going to sit up and just try to get a kill streak so I can get a helicopter. And they were shooting helicopters. And I'm like, I don't know what to do.
The other team is just outclassing your team. That's all that means.
Yeah. And I mean, because I don't understand how Slazer's a fucking moron when I completely told him, hey, asshole, they can't affect you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then he was just, I don't know, man. No, they can't affect you. Yeah. It's literally been like that since I can remember. Like
we've been doing 10 years of this.
They have never been able to affect you in core. Also, you're not playing hardcore, which I'm not gonna complain about and be like, you should play hardcore. Like, obviously, I understand that you don't like hardcore, and that's my thing. But
dude, COD 4 was me and hardcore headquarters. I just play with those guys though, so I don't really want to make them all suffer.
The other thing about it is that I might even be willing to play core on that one just because that's all that I got to play on COD 4 anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because once I started playing it, hardcore was completely dead, so I was just like, all right, guess I'll play core.
Hardcore headquarters, like, the problem with hardcore headquarters was fucking the airstrike, because if your team would swap spawns for whatever reason, the game is like, what's a good place to spawn the team? Under the airstrike. And so you would get a 1 minute like timeout period because it didn't kick you, it just gave you a timeout. Yeah. So
but then wouldn't it eventually kill you and then give you a timeout too? Like if you killed enough people on your team, it would kill you and then give you the timeout as well.
It'd be like a minute and a half timeout.
I remember. I remember getting crazy used. I mean, you know me. Like playing Black Ops 2 or whatever, how often did I kill teammates? All the fucking time. All the time.
Yeah, like, oh my god, it was so bad. I mean, the game's fun. The game's super fun. Just, the only reason I agreed to get it with him, like, because he's like, do you think we should get it? Because, you know, we're Xbox sharing. And I go, yeah. He goes, why? I'm like, because they said they're going to release the other 6 maps. Because boy, am I missing Block. Like that's a weird one. Not a lot of people like
crazy
Block.
Good map. People love Block, didn't they?
People hate a Block. They're like, I hate it's 2 apartment. Because it's 2 apartments, and I'm like, it's amazing because it's one of the few maps in the game where snipers and SMGs are viable.
Yeah. Because I mean, in that game, really, snipers are viable anywhere because you can quickscope pretty easily, but people quickscope all the time in that game. Like, that's the game that made quickscoping a thing.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh my god, dude. last night was so. I mean, it was so heartbreaking. My win loss is actually below 1 now, and I'm so fucking sad because.
Damn, dude. What's your win loss?
Because-
at? What is it? What's it at?
It's because it goes by percentage now, so over 50% means you're over 1. I'm at like 40% because me and Tyler played, and I would perform TDMs where I went 32 and fucking 4 and lose.
That's why you gotta
whatever,
play
32 and
Search, man.
6.
That's why I like Search, is because it's
Dude,
so. It's
I
just
fucking
so
lost
much more
Search and
dependent.
Destroy also.
It's so much more dependent on the individual player than it is the team. That's just the way that I think about it, at least.
We played a fucking Search game, and me and Tyler, I think we lost, but we had a guy on our team who was AFK, except for the last 2 minutes of the round, and it looked like he didn't know how to hold the controller.
Do you want to tell my niece how sad you are that we can't record the podcast?
I mean, it's fine. My week is already to the point where I want to kill myself, but hey, what's a little bit extra stress, right?
Sling, he's saying that you're really making him sad. He's really depressed.
Recording, aren't you?
No, we're not doing the podcast anymore. We're just talking. So what's basically right now? It's just like a phone call because nobody's gonna hear this part. But women in complete. Let's try that again.
Blah, 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 blah.